Every one of you listening to my voice.
Don't be afraid.
No. Be afraid.
What was that?
I have never seen anything like this before.
What unearthly horror did that girl gaze upon?
Those people were killed by something.
We are back with tonight's second feature. I am your host, James Hewitt, and I am joined by my co-host.
That's me?
Yeah.
I gotta get better at the little cues.
Gotta get those cues
Yeah.
a bit more on point.
Yeah, I'm Rhys.
This is a movie podcast where we dive into the madness of B movies. Each week, I surprise Rhys with a film, and from there we go on a deep dive into the making and talk about our thoughts and opinions. Rhys, you have been traveling, but I have seen some films popping up on your Letterboxd.
Yeah, I've been a bit slack. Work, but you could really feel it if you watch a lot of movies and then you stop. You feel in your bones, that you're lacking the nutrients of life.
You're lacking some creative soul.
Yeah. Soul of the earth. I've been watching a lot of shitty horror movies.
Surprise.
Surprise. I'm a big Dracula fan, but I watched a Dracula film I'd never even heard of. Dracula, simply called Dracula.
Throughout eternity, no man has ever provoked such terrible fear and such haunting desire. Dracula, starring Frank Langella.
1979. Now, have you heard of John Badham? John Badham's Dracula.
With a name like that, no.
It is basically, I summarized it in my review, that it's a Dracula movie made by the people who created Star Wars and James Bond. Like, if you go through the list of credits, I think only like 2 people have not either worked on Star Wars or James Bond. And you can really feel it. It is
That's wild.
It was really great. It wasn't a super high caliber when it comes to, the other Dracula pictures, but it was beautiful.
Oh, we have Donald
beautiful.
Pleasance?
Donald Pleasance,
Hey.
Laurence Olivier, who has a kind of a rough accent. I think it's like Swedish or something. It's not that good. The Dracula in this, Frank Langella, I don't really know him too well, but he was so good.
In Trial of the Chicago 7.
Wow, how could I forget?
Yeah,
Trial
how
of
could you
Chicago
forget?
7. This was so good. I loved it. It was so beautiful. Very desaturated. Not many Dracula films are that desaturated. A lot of them are vibrant and very colorful. I mean, you think mostly of the Hammer horrors and the Coppola.
Yeah, and they're wonderful.
So saturated and the blood is so rich, but this is
beautiful.
Really desaturated and moody, and it's very creepy. Very beautiful shots. Like the opening shot is a silhouette of a castle, and it's a plane shot pushing in, but it doesn't just stay on the static of the silhouette with the sun behind it. It tilts, and so the whole castle, its silhouette shifts, but you can't tell because there's a silhouette. It's really hard to describe. So instead of just going straight towards the castle, it seems like the plane goes up sideways and the camera tilts down. So it's so trippy to see in a movie.
I'm trying to conjure a visual in my head of this. That sounds...
Because it's not something you ever see. You don't ever see a silhouette like shift in that way. Mostly silhouettes in films are treated as just like 2D cutouts. It was beautiful.
That sounds terrific.
It is really good.
Wow.
But
You've been keeping up with your
Yeah.
Africa across April challenge?
April across Africa. I watched A Camel, which I was super tired that night, and it was a short film. And the poster, I'll describe the poster to the folks. The poster is a camel wearing a little fez and a pair of glasses. It is... I picked it specifically because, like, I was like, okay, most of these are going to be very dreary, depressing films about, like, you know, racism and subjugation and the struggles of...
Which they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
And I was like, okay, a short little film about a camel, that sounds great. This was super depressing. This movie was so ungodly depressing. It's about, like, the subjugation of people and how we are used as cattle in these systems. It was beautiful and it was really haunting. There's a motif of a turning wheel, so it seems like the camel's, like, strapped to this thing. It's like post that turns around, like the camel spins it around to, like, grind like maize or some sort of grain, and it makes this ungodly screeching sound, like, you know, the sound of wood, like, just stretching.
Yeah.
It's that, and it's really good. It was a fantastic little short. Not what I was looking for though that day. After that, I watched Devilman. Now, are you familiar with Devilman?
No.
So Devilman is a very iconic Japanese manga character. Probably most famous nowadays for Devilman Crybaby. But this Devilman is just a 2-episode OVA. It wasn't that great, but mostly it was notable because of the dub. The dub was, I think it's probably one of the legendary terrible dubs in which people just swear out of nowhere. And I describe it as teenagers swearing. You know how, like, young teens, how they swear, but they don't actually know what the words mean?
There's no meaning behind it.
No, they just say it.
They think it's cool.
To think it's cool. So they will just, these kids, and, you know, it's a anime. Sure, it's got a bit, you know, gore and nudity, but it is like a teen anime. And to just have kids just swear is so ungodly funny. I'd recommend anyone who has 20 minutes to just watch a compilation of it. It's so funny. And then
you watched volume 1 and 2?
Yeah, so it's just a 2-episode OVA.
I see. I got you.
Hackers. Have you watched Hackers?
No. What is that? That's
so it well, it says in the name, it's Hackers, so it's a 90s hacker movie. It's very Spy Kids, very it's like a mix between Spy Kids and The Matrix.
Angelina Jolie, Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, it was
wow.
It was so good. It was so funny. And it's so lame, but also so cool. Like, it's like Spy Kids, how Spy Kids is so cool, but also the lamest thing you've ever seen. It's very similar to also Scooby-Doo, where it's like, this is so cool, but also it's so ungodly lame.
Yeah, if I'm a 90s kid, this is the shit. This is the shit, man. This is hot. Yeah, this is rad.
But it's, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. The main villain is the lamest motherfucker you've ever seen. He calls himself the Plague. And he, you know, he's just got a really thin, tiny little beard and mustache. And he runs around in like a trench coat, and he's always like eating chocolate and, you know, scoffing his mouth, and he's talking a big game. And it's a great scene, you know, like it's very The Crow sort of setup, where it's like a fog-ridden street, you know, the back streets of New York, and it's all wet down, and, you know, this beautiful like tungsten lights above, and he comes streaking through the fog of the night, holding on to the side of a car, skateboarding.
Marty McFlying into the...
Yeah, basically, he just cuts to him with the most serious face on the most serious expression, looking like the lamest like nerd you'd see at an anime convention. And it's played off so badass and so cool.
But only the 90s could get away with doing that, though.
It was so good. What a picture.
That sounds amazing.
And then last night I watched another April Across Africa, Lady of the Train, which was a fascinating film. I don't understand what this film is, and I couldn't find really any information about it.
It sounds like a Alfred Hitchcock title.
Yeah. So
like...
I'll tell you the genres, James. So it is a drama, thriller, noir, crime, romance, comedy, musical.
Oh boy.
And when I say that, I'm saying that every scene is one of those. So it's not a drama and a thriller. It's a drama one scene and then a thriller the next.
That sounds messy.
It's fascinating. I think it might be a masterpiece. It feels very hacked to pieces, like by the censors. There is a framed portrait of someone in a room, but it's censored. And by censored, I mean they scratched out the image every frame.
Oh, shit.
So just in the background of a shot, just one scene, there is a framed portrait that is scratched out with like a nail on the film. The film itself has been scratched out.
That's insane.
It's bizarre. Wow. And every scenes don't end or start. They so much of it is just fade outs that make no sense. And it feels like scenes that are really necessary are just forgotten.
Right.
It's so weird, but it's got some juice to it. There's some beautiful shots in it, and probably the worst miniature I've ever seen. It looks like you just put up, it reminded me of what was the last Spielberg?
Fabelmans.
The Fabelmans, the train that he sets up in his garage.
Yes.
It feels like they just took that footage. Like it is so clearly a shitty train with some shrubs and like a green cloth.
Hey man, some great footage. I'll take it.
That a fascinating film. I recommend anyone to watch it because it is a noir. It is a 50s noir, but set in Egypt and with no real Egyptness about it.
Right.
Like you could just take this, dub over the Arabic speak, and turn it to English. And
right, so the setting adds no value whatsoever to the actual plot.
That makes it feel that it's useless in a sense, but no, it's great. It really because I think of a lot of films like this you watch and you're expecting an Egyptian film, or I'm expecting a film from Africa, set in the way that culture has put it. If the Simpsons go to Egypt, they go to the pyramids, right? But this paints the picture of Egypt being a real place with the same struggles, the same conflicts that we do in Western civilization. And in the 50s, I thought that was really cool to just have a movie that would have been made in Hollywood, just make it in Egypt. And don't, we have to put in a race element, or it has to be about Egypt culture. This is just a film set in Egypt with Egyptian people, and they do regular stuff, which is really cool.
Wow, that's really shocking coming out of the 50s.
That's
and
incredible. It's shot exactly like a Hitchcock or
so there's still those Western
thriller.
Influences in there, but
it feels like it's shot by the greats.
Yeah.
I really want to see some of this guy's other films, because it is, it feels like he just pulled over a crew from Hollywood.
Wow, that's really incredible.
It's so bizarre. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. It feels like, 'cause, you know, a lot of these films on Letterboxd, when there's no title cover, which this doesn't have, it almost feels like these films are just forgotten, right? It's
I think this probably was. This is, I think, a Criterion save. Because the poster just looks like one made by Criterion. I don't know if this is an official Criterion, but yeah, it's great.
Oh,
I would highly recommend. Just talking about it, I want to give it a higher rating.
It gets me excited just hearing about it. But this guy's done a lot of work though.
Yeah, he seems like a big guy back in the day.
Yeah, done over 40 films, directed over 40 films. It's incredible. Quite a catalog.
Well, what have you been watching, James?
Oh boy. Well, in amongst running around after kids watching Super Mario Galaxy.
How could you not enjoy that?
How could I not have the energy to watch some absolute bangers like Phantom Thread?
Oh
man, Daniel Day-Lewis.
There's not much to say about that movie. It's just fantastic.
It's a very I don't like using this word, but it's a very vibes kind of movie.
Yeah, basically.
There is no character. It's just Daniel Day-Lewis being Daniel Day-Lewis. It's a gorgeous movie, and I think we've talked about it before. The cinematography, because PDA is credited as the cinematographer here.
Yeah, which I think he is for most of his films.
Most of his films,
even if he's not officially credited, I think he's a huge part of the DPing for One Battle.
I want to say he comes from the world of photography. I feel like he used to be a photographer, and that's why he.
I'm not too familiar with his story, so I take your word for it.
Yeah, I think that's why he wants why he likes a lot of creative control over the look of his films. But yeah, God, gorgeous movie.
Yeah, I'm looking at your list and Jesus, you watched a lot.
I watched some great, and I watched some absolute slop.
You watched Son of Frankenstein. Finally, you watched Son of Frankenstein.
I did.
Oh my God, what a picture! What a picture!
It was incredible. The set pieces, the
sets are so gorgeous.
It felt like I was in an audience, and this was like a huge stage production of Frankenstein. Oh God, it was.
Yeah, I love the dart scene where he's speaking with a detective, and he finally shows his claw hand. Fuck, that's cool.
It's
so good.
The production design is. God,
where would you rank it in the Frankensteins? Because you've only watched the first 3.
I've only watched the first 3, and I have watched.
Horrors of Frankenstein?
No, actually, maybe it is just the first 3. Yeah, but I would put it as my favorite.
Wow, even over the original.
Yeah, because we rewatched the original in cinema, and
the cinemas when they re-released it.
It was great, but this movie,
the atmosphere is so good.
The atmosphere is
so good,
gorgeous, and the cinematography, it's breathtaking work.
But yeah, you also watched Curse of the Werewolf, which is I think an underrated Hammer horror.
Yeah, man.
The Curse of the Werewolf, that was laid on a baby who grew into a man possessed by a monster.
I think it's mostly, I really only remember it for the lead performer, who goes so crazy. He does not hold back at all.
I love, and it's a common thing with these Hammer productions, is the performances they just go ham. They do not hold back.
But this guy, I've never heard of him, and I don't think he really acted much after this.
No.
But, oh boy.
It was...
Yeah, Clifford Evans. I think it was Clifford Evans. Oh, no, I don't think that's... Whoever the titular werewolf was.
Yeah, Clifford Evans.
Is it Clifford Evans? I don't know. The image is just of an old guy.
I'm pretty sure it...
But yeah, whoever it is, oh my God, just those scenes when he's locked up and he's going crazy, they're so good.
The werewolf transformation is... God, it's actually haunting.
But it is surprising that that was the only werewolf movie they made from Hammer.
Yeah, well, I mean, did they make? There's another werewolf film you rewatched. Werewolf in.
Werewolf of London?
Yeah,
Well, that was a Universal.
I thought that was a Hammer
No,
production.
that was a
Okay.
Universal. That was alright. Pretty decent. Especially
Why did you rewatch it then?
because it was a part of my Wolfman box set. My Universal Wolfman box set.
Right, I see.
It's weird. They didn't like doing werewolf sequels. I don't think there's any Wolfman or werewolf sequels.
See, that's fascinating.
Because the Wolfman has versus Frankenstein. That's not a huge sequel. Though I think the Wolfman is the running plot of the versus movies, House of Dracula and Frankenstein, and then even meets Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. He's the running narrative of that. But
Right.
no one liked doing the Wolfman sequels.
Which is a shame because he's such an awesome character. Like,
Yeah.
When I think that sequel this, I don't think the Mummy.
It's a great
Yeah.
idea. Like, it's the one they
Yeah.
should be doing instead of Frankenstein or Dracula.
Right?
Because Lon Chaney is so good
He's fantastic
in
man.
those Wolfman movies. But even, the remake with Benicio didn't get a sequel.
No, and I thought
That was a fun movie.
a lot of people don't like it. I think Benicio's.
I think it's
fantastic.
been claimed back.
Yeah.
And then definitely the Lee Winnell film was not getting the sequel.
Oh boy.
Um,
One day we'll talk about that movie.
yeah.
In the very distant future.
But you watched some of the Mummy
Mate.
movies leading up to our next episode on
Yeah.
Lee
well,
Cronin's The Mummy.
Yeah, we'll talk a bit about that when we get to Lee Cronin's The Mummy. That I really like the Hammer film.
The Mummy. That's probably the best Mummy movie outside of the Brendan Fraser film.
I thought it was really.
But it's not a high bar though. But
It's not a high bar, but I think out of all of them, it probably explores the themes the best. It's a story of colonialism, neglecting, and I guess raping and pillaging the culture of Egypt. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
I think that was brilliant.
We'll get into The Mummy.
Yeah.
And then
Next episode.
Is there anything else we want to talk to for?
What else?
There was CinemaCon happened.
CinemaCon. You got some big announcements.
Big announcements. I don't know. I saw some TikToks and they were all like people running out of the theaters, being like, "Oh my god, there's some big announcements," and I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. I'll see them when I see them.
Is CinemaCon really an event to talk about anymore? It's just a promotion stage.
No, it was nothing to begin with. Well, it's a trade show.
Yeah.
Same as like a plumber's trade show or a welding trade show or anything like that. It's just for theaters. But no, a lot of the stuff that got announced, I just liked hearing people's thoughts about the movies, less of the actual content that was shown. I mean, Dune. There's nothing really out
There's nothing
there.
new.
It's like, oh, Dune is going to be great. Okay, well,
Cool.
I kind of already knew that.
We have Infinity Vision.
Yeah,
That's just bullshit, man.
Yeah,
that's.
I don't think it's too much to talk about.
I mean, I think they do this every time they ask Spielberg, what's the problem with
cinemas,
and he's like, well, actually,
X and Y.
I'm like, we do this every year, man.
No, I did find it stupid. I think I can't remember which executive it was. It might have been the Paramount executive who said that they want less ad time in the cinemas. Someone said that they wanted an extended window for the films. They wanted more films of quality, and then they wanted less ad times in the cinemas. And I was like, okay, but you're the reason that happened.
That's up to
the split of revenue from the distributors is the reason why they need more ads.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of these chains to seek out at revenue in alternative areas.
I can understand why, that's a huge complaint against movie theaters is the ad times and the price of popcorn. And I can understand coming from, everything is getting more expensive and, they're cheapening out on X and Y. Toblerones getting smaller and they're putting less peanuts in the M&Ms.
Shrinkflation.
Yeah, shrinkflation.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. But I think cinemas are the one place where I push against that, not just because I love cinemas, but because we have interviewed probably half the cinemas in New Zealand, and each of them, I think only 2 of them said that they were profitable, flat out profitable. And so it's like, they're not making enough money.
They're not.
Not even just to turn a profit, but just to keep the lights on.
And it sounds to me like a lot of these places that choose to still not run ads, even if they were running ads, still would not make a significant impact on their revenue.
Yeah. So it's like, I give theaters the pass because they don't have control over anything.
No.
I think 75. If I were to guess, I think 75% of the money that gets brought in from cinemas is just because of the quality of the picture. Sure.
Yeah.
The time of the world can be a part of that. Being in a recession or a downswing, and then also advertising and cheaper popcorn days and cleaning the floor. But that's not going to push the envelope. The reason people go to cinemas is because of the movies.
Well, and I think there's been studies made, and they have determined that premium screens now are a driving factor behind people coming to the cinema.
Yeah, it's a reason to not watch on Netflix.
Yeah. And I mean, look, yesterday I went to Event Cinemas on Queen Street, and truthfully, I probably wouldn't go there as much if it wasn't for the IMAX screen. I'd say maybe half of the movies I saw last year were in IMAX at that cinema.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went to readings again in Invercargill, and I bought my ticket, and it was a Sunday, regular ticket price, and I bought it. I'm like,
how much was a ticket price?
$16. I was like, no way. Like, I expect that from a tiny little, boutique cinema or like
readings,
like an art house cinema, but a cinema chain to cost $16. I was like, man,
that's great.
We were living in good times, and we we didn't really take advantage of it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, because event is $25 for just a regular ticket, and those cinemas are bad.
Yeah,
they're bad.
They're just run down. I mean,
they're so sad.
Yeah, I think my screen, my screen yesterday was flickering.
And if James can see the flickering,
mate,
that's a bad sign.
If I can see the shitty quality of your display, then you have issues, mate. You have issues. Yeah. You got to sort some shit out.
I think we should move on to the movie then, right?
Yes. Let's do that.
So this is episode 3. I'm going to see if I can get it. So I got The Fly. I didn't get Creature of the Black Lagoon, which I was really disappointed with.
This one, I am not going to tell you the director because you will know it. In fact,
it's me? Am I the director? Is it one of my films?
One of the many theatrical releases from the 1980s by Rhys directing.
That was my prime.
Okay. Your movie synopsis. Strange things begin to occur in a tiny California coastal town. Inanimate objects spring to life eerily. Reverend Malone stumbles upon a dark secret about the town's founding. Radio announcer Stevie witnesses a mystical fire, and hitchhiker Elizabeth discovers the mutilated corpse of a fisherman.
I know this because...
Do I need to tell you the top bill?
The date in the film was 2 days ago, the 21st of April. It's The Fog.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I saw it. It was like, they gave the opening credit roll
Yep.
for the fog, the opening little dramatic scene, and he said the 21st of April, and I'm like, oh, that's today. What about it? That's very lucky for you, because I was going to watch the Fog.
You were
yesterday.
going to watch it
I was
yesterday?
going to watch the Fog yesterday.
The
but I held
2005
back.
remake, right?
Well,
You didn't actually guess which one we're watching this week.
yeah, I should watch. I should have been tipped off because you have just watched the Fog remake.
I honestly, I was just gonna log it because I was like because there are some films I've logged which we will.
That's
cover.
funny because I was going to bring it up. I was going to bring up the Fog and I didn't. Okay.
Director John Carpenter.
Probably my favorite horror director.
Probably one of the most famous horror directors or genre directors.
Yeah. Is there any other flat out horror director that's probably bigger than John Carpenter?
Lee Cronin.
What a joker! What a joker!
I'll stop slandering
Mr. Cronin.
Mr. Cronin.
Maybe David Lynch.
David Lynch.
Though
yeah.
that depends if you classify David Lynch as a horror director. I think.
I mean, you can
Carpenter would be.
You can
the guy.
name some other greats like
Wes Craven,
Toby Hooper.
Yeah.
James Wan, but
I think it's. Yeah,
it
I mean,
is
I think
Carpenter.
helped by the fact that
Yeah.
every one of his films is called John Carpenter's X.
it's quite it's an establishment to have your name as the title. That's a statement.
Yeah.
But our top bills for this film, we have Adrienne Barbeau. She's been in, Argo, Someone's Watching Me. I think Someone's Watching Me is Carpenter's second feature, I want to say.
That's his third. He filmed that straight after Halloween. It's a TV film.
Yeah, straight to TV.
She's in
Escape from New York.
Is she the lead of Starman, or is it someone else?
Starman, I don't think I saw that in her credits. I want to say that's someone else. Maybe have a quick look.
Who was the lead female in Starman? He has a type. He for his lead. Karen Allen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
he likes his like more straight cut, brown haired women.
Yeah. Straight cut, strong.
Strong
woman. Tom Atkins, Night of the Creeps. Love it.
And Halloween 3.
Yeah. Lethal Weapon, Maniac Cop, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, nothing I can say will live up to her.
I think that's her last Carpenter.
Is it?
I think she was only on 2 Carpenters.
Yeah.
Because that was in the peak of her Scream Queen
era. And of course, Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
Legend. Psycho.
No, I don't think she acted next to her daughter in the film, did she?
No.
Because they act beside each other in Halloween H2O, that little cameo, but I don't think they interact in this movie.
Not at all in this movie. No.
Which is very surprising. She's really good. Janet Leigh is really good in this. She's really solid performance.
She's fantastic. But also fascinating. Where they shot the movie is where they also shot Hitchcock's The Birds.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's a fun little.
And we get a small little cameo from Carpenter himself.
Yes,
in the opening scene.
Yes.
A great commentary. I think the last time I watched this was actually, let me check. I think it was like 2 months ago.
I watched it for the first time in 2023, I want to say, and then I rewatched it 2 weeks ago. But including your last rewatch, you've only seen it twice?
I watched it three times.
3 times,
Okay. Yeah, I watched it in June last year. I thought it was so about a year since I've watched it. But a great commentary track from Mr. Carpenter himself. He always has really good commentary tracks.
He's a fascinating voice.
He's so funny. He's so chill.
He's great. When was the first time you watched it? Do you recall?
I
Was it pre-film school?
No, I think I got given it for Christmas. It says the 24th. The problem with Letterboxd is that I didn't log films for a long time, so
Of
I think I
course,
watched
yeah.
it in about 2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it, but every time there's just this catalog of Carpenter films which are the greatest turn your brain off movies. Those would be like The Fog, Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness. I think those three are just incredible films to watch in the background.
Yeah, well, the great thing about this movie is you can just let it suck you in, and you can just switch your brain off, sit back, and it's an atmosphere movie.
Because once you
It's an
actually
atmosphere movie.
understand the plot, it like
not that
none
deep,
of the
man.
dialogue actually matters, and none of the actual beats really line up too well. But you just watch it, and you just fall into this like dream. It's so good.
Well. Speaking of falling into a dream, it is a ghost.
Yeah, it's
story.
a ghost story.
So it does work in its favor, being such an atmospheric movie, and works even more in their favor when you learn how much of a disaster the production is, which we will,
which you can see. You can definitely
you can
that.
see a lot of the shots of the. I find this so funny because it goes back to our film school days as well. When you're so low budget, you need to use gaffers and grips and just whoever's lying around as your demons, and that's what they did.
Yeah,
they had grips dressed up as zombies.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love
think
those stories.
Deborah Hill, I think, shot a lot of the second unit on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just whoever's available, whatever time, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But it's such a fascinating little movie because of how much of a disaster
and how much they redid.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the original.
Same, right?
I assume it's really boring.
I mean, Carpenter's quoted with saying it was awful. My God, was it awful? And you know what Scorsese says: if you're not sick after your first rough cut, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. I think it was more than a rough cut for these guys. So yeah, 1980s The Fog, directed by John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Let's start it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
John Carpenter's The Fog.
This is KAB, Antonio Bay. Stevie Wayne here, and let me be the first to wish Antonio Bay a happy birthday. We're 100 years old today, and keep a watch out for that fog bank heading in from the east.
100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unknown came out of the fog. Now it has returned.
Oh, Jesus.
100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unnatural came out of the fog. Now it has returned. 100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something evil came out of the fog. Now it has returned.
Who's there?
The fog.
Antonio Bay has a curse on it. We're all cursed. There's no water getting here, but something awful cold, Dana.
I think I'll go to Vancouver now.
Where's the fog now?
Well, it should be right outside my door now.
Oh, there's something different about this fog. Dan, stay away from the door! Someone listen to me!
Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. There's something in the fog. Stay away from the fog.
the creator of Halloween, the ultimate experience in terror and suspense. John Carpenter's The Fog, starring Adrienne Barbeau, Jamie Lee Curtis, John Houseman, Janet Leigh as Kathy Williams, and Hal Holbrook as Father Malone. The Fog. What you can't see won't hurt you. It will kill you. Between midnight and 1, it will find you.
Please be warned, spoilers are ahead. Okay, we are back from The Fog, released in 1980. The Fog was writer and director John Carpenter's third entry into the horror game. Alongside perhaps his most important collaborator, Deborah Hill, the pair co-wrote and produced a film harking back to ghost stories of old. On the eve of celebrating its centennial, strange poltergeist activities disrupt the small coastal town of Antonio Bay. Not long after, a mysterious fog bank rolls in, bringing with it the revengeful ghosts of the Elizabeth Dane. Rhys. You watched it twice? I saw?
Yeah, I did.
You had no notes after the rewatch you went.
Yeah, so I write notes during these. My notes on Lee Cronin's The Mummy was about a page, which I wrote after watching the movie. And then 2 watches with notes, I wrote like 4 things down. I said in the intro that John Carpenter's commentaries are so good. He's so fun and so chill to listen to. And I think it's perfect for his movies, because honestly, watching John Carpenter films without dialogue is probably the best way to watch them. Because the dialogue is fucking nothing. Like, it's a couple back and forth.
The dialogue's there.
The Deborah Hill stuff is good. The Deborah Hill dialogue is good.
Carpenter would be a great silent director.
He's a great silent director.
He's just an atmosphere guy.
So I honestly, for a lot of his films, especially the ones that I don't super rank, I would prefer to listen to them with his commentary, because he's just such a fun, just charming guy to listen to.
He's great. I mean, he's a 70s guy.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any... what's the word? He's not up his own ass.
No.
A lot of other directors of his day, especially like Cronenberg, and who directed Werewolves of American Werewolf?
Landis. John Landis.
Those guys are up their ass.
Especially John Landis.
Yes, especially John Landis. Cronenberg, I give him a bit of leeway because he actually makes interesting, thought-provoking films. But Carpenter, there's like a famous interview where it's all 3 of them is the new horror guys. And Landis, every question is put his way, he answers like he's Coppola.
Well, he is. He is God.
Oh my God. And Cronenberg puts a very rambly, thought-provoking thing in there. And then they ask Carpenter, and he's like, I press record. I put the fog in there.
The Fog was cool. I was just wanted to make a film about the fog.
I was rolling around, and this place was close to my house, so we shot there. He's so fun to listen to, and he doesn't take himself seriously at all. He's like, this is a job. I'm here to do the job. We did the good job. Everyone else did a great job. Me, I don't know.
Which is great, because his films are not that deep. He should not.
But they are a bit deep. Like they're great films to read into.
Especially The Fog. There's some great things to ideas there. Some commentary on America's founding.
Yeah,
some great stuff there. You have seen every Carpenter movie?
Yes, I have. He's one of my favorites. I think he's number 4 or number 5 on my top 10 directors. I've watched everything he's ever made. I haven't watched Elvis. Have you watched Elvis?
I don't think anyone's watched Elvis.
No.
Except for Roger Ebert. He watched Elvis.
Of course he did. So he's just the best. He is so good. I remember, James, you remember why I started watching a lot of the Carpenter films?
I know that we were in lockdown. Was that the time?
Yes. I was dropping something off to you, and I knocked on your door.
Yes. I do recall this. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm watching Escape from New York. I'm like, oh, really? And you're like, yeah. I'm like going through all the Carpenter films. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I should really do that. And then I think the next time I saw you, I had watched like 7 Carpenter films, and you're like, oh, I really only watch the good ones. Which is such a you and me interaction.
It's like, yeah.
You put forth a small idea, and I'm like, how about I do that to the absolute absurdity?
One of the first times I had realized you do not give Rhys a challenge.
No, well, especially a challenge that means nothing. If the challenge was lose weight or like
get AIDS,
raise money, or improve mental health, I would fail. But if you're like, Rhys, how about we have a challenge to count M&Ms? I would destroy you.
Oh boy!
If it is a challenge that means nothing, I will literally kill a man to win.
You did the one thing not many film buffs have done, is watch The Ward.
What's your name? Kristen.
Welcome to The Ward, your new home.
Why am I here?
I own The Ward. I was saddened when there was a copy of The Ward, the real groovy, that I really wanted to get, and the one day I wanted it, that I was really going to buy it, it disappeared. I think I cried for 4 hours that night.
And then we were at the did you find it at an op shop?
We found it in an op shop at
Thames, right?
Thames, after a shoot. I had to have it.
In some ways, it was such a bizarre spot to find The Ward, and it wasn't even in
the perfect place, honestly.
That was in like the
when you really consider it.
That was in like a CD case, right? It wasn't even the cover.
No, it was.
Was it the cover?
Yeah, there were the other DVDs that went the cover. I'm trying to find my Carpenter list. I have I think 100 lists on Letterboxd.
You have them ranked.
Did you see they're considering selling to private equity? Letterboxd.
I saw that. It's I mean, it's already been sold.
Yeah,
before.
It already has.
I think it's a whole lot of I'm not a fan of it, but I think it's.
You're not, but James, you're you love capitalism.
Capitalism, I love it.
You love money to no extent.
I don't really have anything to say on that. It's gonna keep getting sold.
Well, I've just put so much time and effort into Letterboxd.
It would be a shame for other hands to take it and
destroy it,
tear it apart. I don't know if they're actually going to do much with it. Who really knows? It's
but yeah, John Carpenter, I love him so dearly. But yeah, so if you challenge me to anything, I will destroy you. Unless it actually matters, then I probably won't take part in it. I think once you challenged me to watch the most movies over COVID, you're like, oh, Rhys, I'm catching up to you. And then the next day I like blew past you by like 20.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're an anime nerd.
Yeah, and you can watch like 7 Dragon Ball movies in a day.
I got nothing on that.
But yeah, Carpenter, he's so cool. He's so cool.
I can't wait to get to October when we do our Spooktober series, because
how's that gonna work? What are we gonna do for that?
We're gonna throw out the usual. I think we're gonna throw out the usual steps where I make you guess a film, because there's so many I want to get to.
I mean, we could do a swap. The spookiest idea of me choosing the movie. I think that's the thing that should frighten you to your core.
That frightens me the most.
Is me choosing a movie, because James will get here and I'll choose the most horrendous, disgusting, deplorable film. A romance. Something that James curdles at the thought of. But
I
but I think Carpenter is
he's one of
the best horror director.
He's one of the greats.
Is
I mean,
there
you know,
a better horror director?
I mean, we've just talked about Cronenberg, John Landis.
Well, I think the thing with those directors, you know, you can say David Lynch, or
but David Lynch is so many things.
That's the thing, is that so many of the great horror directors either who moved on, like Cronenberg, into more, you know, polished genres, or they did not want to stay there, like a Wes Craven, who desperately wanted to get out of horror films, and in doing so burnt and crashed.
But that's just the nature of Hollywood. Once you're set in stone in a specific
But a lot of these guys,
genre,
they should stay there. They should stay there because that's what they're great at.
That's what they're great at. Should they stay there if they're not happy there though?
Well, I want a good movie. I don't care. But Carpenter's really the only one who was like, yeah, I don't care. I make good money.
He's such a relaxed guy.
The only kind of movie he wanted to make outside of horrors was westerns, which he basically did. Half of his movies are just westerns with a light skin over it. But he's just an out and out horror director, and he's done every kind of horror except for zombie. He's made like 50 movies that are zombie movies, but none of them are actually zombies.
I think when I was watching The Fog, I was like, you could call these guys demons, zombies, ghosts. They're everything.
Really, yeah. The Fog, Assault on Precinct 13, vampires. They're basically zombie movies. And
what's his Mars film?
Ghosts of Mars.
Ghosts
they're
Mars.
all
You're lucky I didn't pick Ghost of Mars.
Hey, I kind of like Ghost of Mars. He did a lot of quote unquote zombie films that just weren't zombie films. But he is perfect. He's a perfect little boy. I don't think I've really heard anything bad about him.
No.
He loves playing basketball.
Good for him.
Virtually, I mean, in 2K. He loves video games like Call of Duty. There's an iconic clip of him being on a red carpet for, I think, one of like the Halloween sequel films, and an interviewer asks him, John, can I ask you one question? He's like, yeah, okay. Ask me one question. They're like, what are you playing these days? And he's like, well, I'm playing Fallout 76 and a bit of the new 2K. And he's like, wow. What's your favorite Fallout game? And he's like, you said only one question. And he just walks off.
That's why I love these old dudes, man. They're like, I don't give a fuck.
He very much is like his icon, John... why am I forgetting his name? Not John Wayne. The guy who said shoot it with a camera.
Oh, John Ford.
John Ford.
Yeah, John Ford, Hawks,
John
you know, all those big directors.
He was a huge John Ford and Howard Hawks fan. And he embodies that just like, I'm here to do a job. I did the job well. I'm going home.
And I love that in the 2000s when they're rebooting all these movies, he's like, oh, extra cash to be made? Sure.
Yeah, his iconic line of, I put out my hand and money falls into it. I want to give this guy a big smooch on his bald head.
He has this great look to him that I have not seen in anyone else.
Yeah.
He has like a bit of an Einstein look to him.
Yeah, have you seen Body Bags?
Body Bags? No. Oh, yes, I have.
He's great in that. He's so good because he plays the lead storyteller in that anthology. He's so good. Weird, because in The Fog, his cameo, he's bad. He's really bad. And I wondered, was he dubbed? I think he was. I think he was, because he did not sound at all like John Carpenter.
I don't know.
He was young. I don't actually know how old he was at the time.
Young Carpenter kind of looks like your old co-worker Stuart.
Yes, he does. He does.
There's some Stuart looks
He's
to him.
got yes, real big Stuart energy.
Oh yeah.
But The Fog. Why did you choose The Fog?
I chose The Fog because we were so stuck in the 50s, those early early films, and I wanted, before we really got into a series, I wanted to tackle a movie that took a lot from the founding B movies, those early horrors. I wanted to choose a director that fully embodied those, but made, add some modern twists to them.
So you wanted to get out of the 50s, and in doing so, you chose the most 50s director of the 80s.
Yeah.
And probably his most 50s movie of his career, The Fog. Which...
interesting choice, but...
The Fog is just such a forgotten Carpenter film. And rightly so, because it is just a slightly worse version of his great 80s films. The Carpenter is known for his historic 80s run. I'll just list you his 80s run, starting with The Fog, because Halloween was 78. It goes The Fog, Escape from New York, The Thing, Christine, Starman, Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live. It ends with They Live because then he did Memoirs of an Invisible Man. His start to his 90s.
It got a bit rough around there. Yeah.
Then he came back with In the Mouth of Madness, which is probably my favorite outside of Halloween.
That's a great movie.
Like an absolutely gangbuster 80s. So good. But out of those, The Fog is the worst. Right? Out of The Fog, Escape, The Thing, Christine, Starman, Big Trouble, Prince of Darkness, They Live. The Fog's the worst.
Well, for me, putting The Fog up against his other movies, it's a hard one for me because Christine is such a different movie to The Fog, and Christine's such a different movie to Escape, and they're all so different from one another.
If you were to put on any of these movies, The Fog would be the last one to put on.
See, I don't know. I don't know about that because I'm not a story guy. I'm an atmosphere guy. I just love the look of this movie.
That's Carpenter to a
It's
T.
Carpenter.
That's Carpenter.
You've always said I'm very much of a style person. I'm a Carpenter kind of filmmaker.
You are a Carpenter filmmaker in the sense that you love back when movies were segregated.
Yes.
Back when you could whip your ADs. Back when the day where the questions of the director were, where should we place the camera, and not what's the interiority of actors. Any time an actor's like, James, was my motivation in this scene? I think you wish you could just shoot them.
I wish I could say, shut the fuck up.
Faster, more intense.
What does the script say?
Yeah, basically. That is James to a T, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever get directed by James, and you're an actor and you ask him, what's my motivation? He looks at you like you're a fucking idiot. Like you're a simpleton. And he has disgust on his face that you're taking time away from his precious lights.
You can't think for yourself. Why did I hire you? The material is in the paper I've handed you.
Yeah, but unfortunately you wrote the papers.
Can't you read the subtext?
Yeah, it would be great if, someone with actual interiority wrote it, but you wrote it. It's still your words.
Luckily for Carpenter, he had a Deborah Hill.
Yeah, he is not an incredible writer.
No, you can tell Deborah was probably the more sophisticated of the two when it came to narrative.
But I think The Fog is just
Well, wait, what would you put on out of that lot you read out?
Well, controversially,
you two would pick The Fog?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Carpenter's bigger, more well-known films. The Thing, I'm not a huge fan of The Thing. Same with Big Trouble and Escape from New York. And even They Live. They're great films, but weirdly, like if I had a choice, the films I would put on of Carpenter's would be Prince of Darkness, In the Mouth of Madness, and like vampires.
His later,
His like like B tier to C tier movies. I think I'd put on Prince of Darkness, which I've seen the most out of those films.
I haven't seen that in a while.
I saw it like 2 weeks ago. I love Prince of Darkness.
I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I don't know why. What would you put on?
Like I said, The Fog.
You would put on The Fog? You wouldn't put on The Thing?
Oh,
Christine, you love Christine. You started reading the book, which is like a fucking Bible's worth of pages for a book about a goddamn spooky car.
Well, maybe I'll backtrack a bit, depending on what mood I'm in, what I'm looking for, because Christine is so different to The Fog, and The Thing, if I'm wanting to put on a big one of his bigger movies, I'd put on The Thing. But for me, because I love 50s B movies, I just have a deeper connection to The Fog.
Christine is that to a T. Like, Christine is such a you movie. I've never heard you speak of The Fog.
I think, well, I never speak much on anything.
Oh yeah, because I'm talking the whole time.
Yeah. Maybe I've got to give Christine a rewatch. I haven't watched it since second year of film school.
But yeah, the Christine and the Fog, that's interesting. But I think that's so interesting that in a conversation, neither of us are picking the big three movies. Well, we're picking The Fog and Prince of Darkness.
We watched The Thing a while ago at the Dead Signal Film Club.
Yeah,
I don't think they picked a great spot.
Well, we were also freezing.
Yeah, we were
watching that movie. That was like mid-winter.
Yeah,
in like a room with like a couple space heaters, and we were freezing.
I think the coolest thing I've ever been told is when Lucy said her dad in Antarctica watched it as a group.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about me, but The Thing just doesn't ring for me.
No. But you're not a fan of the Howard Hawks one anyway.
Oh no, I fucking hate that movie.
No. I think it's because there's not much. There's not a whole lot to The Thing.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
But it's not my Carpenter.
No,
my Carpenter is weird and bizarre and stupid.
Out of all of his works, though, are you still? Because I know you love Halloween. That is.
I love Halloween. Halloween's the movie that really stamped me as a horror fan. Honestly, Halloween's probably like the 5th horror film I ever watched, which is like perfect. I think Halloween should be one of your first horror films you ever watch. Anyone who talks to me about horror films and is like, what should I start with? I'm like, well, you should start with Halloween if you were 12 years old, but because you're like 35, you're gonna find it boring as shit. It killed me to take it out of my top 4 because it was on my Letterboxd top 4 for so long, and I had a coming to Jesus moment when I substituted it with Body Double. But Halloween is, oh my god, it is my favorite horror film.
I think I didn't get to watching it. It was my first slasher, and I didn't quite really get into horror until maybe I was about 14, 15. And
around the same time.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to slasher, and I fell in love with it. I think, as you said, anyone would find it the most boring movie.
Unless you're a film nerd.
Unless you're a film nerd,
or you're 12.
Yeah.
Because comparing it to... Well, the big 4 are Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, Halloween. Out of those, it's so weird because it's beautifully shot. Probably the best shot, maybe outside of Texas Chainsaw, but that's like a bizarre quagmire.
I mean,
it's not the scariest.
Texas has its own thing going
Texas
on.
Chainsaw is, that's a movie, all right.
Yeah.
But it is, I think it's the best of those 4.
Yeah.
Especially Nightmare and Friday the 13th fucking sucks. Oh my god,
that does not look good, man.
That movie stinks.
That is not a good looking movie.
Halloween is just such a Like as soon as it starts, and we cut to the streets of. Fuck, I don't even know where is it set. It's shot in LA.
I had it in my head.
Haddonfield,
Yeah.
Illinois. I don't know why I forgot that. But as soon as it cuts to Haddonfield, Illinois, and Jamie Lee Curtis walks across the street with that jack-o'-lantern, and the first cues of the score happen, and the title Halloween comes up, I think my soul gets ripped out of my body and put into Nirvana. That is like, if I could relive a moment, that would be it. Just that experience of watching that. Every time I put it on, that opening is so good.
It's so powerful.
It trickles off at the end, and then it picks back up, but it's so good.
I have in my collection a DVD we took from that sale at film school at SIT, and it's a widescreen. It says widescreen at the top and big silver letters, widescreen edition Halloween. And it's one of my favorite covers.
It's an iconic cover.
So cool.
It's spooky. It's a scary movie. Just of the atmosphere and the score. And Jamie Lee Curtis is so lovely, and it's so simple. It's such a simple little movie that you just melt into. But we're not talking about Halloween, are we, James? We're talking about The Fog. Watch out!
It's so scary.
Which is probably the best part of that movie, The Fog. The titular fog.
The titular fog.
Well, when it comes around, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What's first on your notes? I want to. Well, you have 4 notes.
First on my notes, it is probably one of the coolest openings in a movie.
Are you meaning the
campfire story?
Oh, okay. So before we cut to the actual town.
The camp. Well, so the campfire story is so good, so spooky, so simple, and then it raises up and it reveals the bay, and it's so gorgeous.
The score and the visuals work together so
good.
Perfect synergy. It's beautiful.
And then all the stuff around town. That guy sipping away on the OJ.
He puts it back in the fridge. All the car alarms going off. It's actually, it's great when Father Maloney stands up and then bang on the countertop, the brick just falls down. I love it.
It's incredible. It's if he hadn't already have done the opening of Halloween, this would probably be his best opening.
Well, I was listening to the score and I went back and looked at the Halloween score, and
they're weirdly similar.
They're similar, but
almost like it's one guy fucking around on a keyboard for an hour.
No, but I was listening to both of them and I was like, what one do I love more?
Oh, fuck off.
No.
Fuck off.
No.
Get out of here.
I don't know, man.
You're crazy. The Halloween score is
but you could switch them up, put them in the same different movies.
Sure.
You know, they're both great, but
it is a great score. And then my next note, kind of attached to the look of it, it's so sad what happened to Dean Cundey, man. This and Halloween are so sad that I think he only worked with him
Carpenter
for these. For Carpenter for these. Oh no, he worked for the Thing.
He did the Thing.
Escape from New York.
He worked with a lot of his movies.
Well, it seems just looking at it, I think.
Well, we will get to Dean Cundey later on.
Well, do we just want to talk about him now?
We'll get to it. We'll get to him a bit later on when we get into the behind the scenes.
Whatever. I love the idea of the witching hour. They say that a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's a phrase that I love, the witching hour. It's so spooky. If you pardon my French. That's it. That's the end of that sentence.
That's it.
Now you say something.
My Well, my number one point was actually your number one point.
What?
But I really like the ending when Stevie's back in a radio lighthouse.
She just says the ending of
the
it
ending,
came from another,
the thing
from another world.
Thing from another world.
Just a straight rip off.
Yeah, she's
but
saying
this time it's fog.
Yeah, look out for the fog, and the scientist says, "Watch the skies." I love the contrast there. It's
So we should clarify that the ending speech said by what's the actress's name?
Adrienne Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau, who was, I think, just started to become. They just got married. With John Carpenter.
They had just been married. Yeah.
At the end, she says a speech about watch out for the fog, which is ripped straight from the thing from another world.
Tell this to everybody wherever they are. Watch the skies. Everywhere. Keep looking.
Look across the water into the darkness. Look for the fog.
Why would you look out for the fog? Like, but the fog is like specifically Antonio Bay and specifically about like this town and its history. But the thing from another world makes sense because it's aliens, and aliens can be anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense.
I wonder if it's a reshoot then. They didn't confirm this, but I suspect that it was a reshoot because...
Well, a lot of this film was a reshoot.
Yeah, most of it is.
I don't know what the hell they had left over from the beginning, because every scene that is good in this movie, you look at it and they're like, yeah, that's a reshoot.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you have to begin with?
Well, they, I think, I can't remember if Scanners had come out.
Yeah, Scanners.
Yeah, it was around Scanners, and
they need some more gore.
Yeah, they need some more gore.
But
the studio was pushing for it.
The opening is a reshoot.
Yeah.
The opening ghost story, so that they can actually clarify
all the
what
poltergeist stuff is a reshoot, and I
don't know.
As much as I love all that stuff, it is so funny to me how kind of disconnected that is from the...
Well, that's a big problem with the movie, is that the ending, they're crowding around this book and they're yelling about, okay, so there's Dr. O'Malley, and there's this person that makes 5, and I think we need 6, is that correct? They want 6 people? Not even the characters understand, like, the mythology.
Yeah, because
they're, like, arguing between each other what, like, the stakes are. It's not like a...
Roger Ebert points that out. He's like,
it's stupid. Like, they're arguing about what the rules are for the horror movie, and not like a classic example is in Freddy vs. Jason, where she's like, Freddy died by fire, Jason by water.
That's
How
terrible.
can we use this? It is literally, they're smashing in and they're arguing what the rules are of the movie. And it's like, what are we doing?
I'm confused because we know Father Malone, he is blood running
it
back
is
to...
so a rewrite. Yeah.
Because but the other characters, I'm like, are they blood connected?
So what, the grandma, the babysitter, was she like?
Why does
what
the guys on the boat?
The guys on the boat. So all of them were like, their ancestors went all the way back to like New England patrons or whatever.
It's bizarre.
They were on the Mayflower. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's idiotic, and especially so. They say that they crashed the boat and used the gold to start up the town, right?
Yeah.
But then at the end, James, they reveal that they melted the gold down to make a giant cross. So then how'd they use the gold to build the fucking town?
I don't know. I rewatched it this morning and I hadn't realized...
it makes no sense.
I was thinking through it. I was like, wait a minute. So how did the town get built?
Yeah, how did the town get built if they used the stolen gold to make a giant cross, which... Dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you make a giant cross. It's a bit preachy, don't you think? Kill these people and fucking melt their... Like, they'd be shooting a bunch of people and then melting the bullets down to make a giant cross.
Well, maybe that's
disingenuous.
Maybe that's not all the gold. I don't know.
But that's a lot. That's a huge thing of gold. Like, if that was like even half the gold, that's too much gold.
I do wonder though.
How did lepers get this gold? That was my question. Why would like, I don't know.
It's well, again,
it's the worst part of the movie.
Carpenter did not know.
No, he did not. He did not care.
He did not know. It is the worst part of this movie.
We've said this once, and I think probably every episode of this, we'll say it again. When making, they probably said to themselves, if someone realizes this, we've already fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
We've got bigger issues.
If they're thinking about these details, we've already lost them.
Oh, yeah.
And which they did. They did lose. Well, on my 5th watch.
Yeah. I do want to talk about the location, though. It's beautiful. It's
so gorgeous.
It kind of reminds me again of another film set on a coastal town, Jaws.
Yeah.
Although I would argue, I mean, Jaws is incredible. It looks beautiful, but the fog, the wide shots of characters against the backdrop of the hills, and it's gorgeous.
It is, but I think the problem I have with the movie is that I always feel that it's so short and you don't really get a feel for the space. And I was wondering that, so I'm like, well, there's a lot of scenes and there's a lot of locations and there's a lot of places and they go around town. There's a lot of characters. Why does it feel so small? And I think I realized it because each location, they normally shoot it from one angle. The bar that they have
one shot.
It's one shot. One shot and one angle, and I think one close up.
But that's Carpenter, though, isn't it?
But because they have so many locations, I'm like, I feel like I haven't been anywhere because every location is only shot from like 2 shots. So you don't get a feel for the space. But also Carpenter, he loves his tracking shots.
But he
loves moving.
They do fit a lot into those frames, though.
The frames are beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I think because they only shoot like the church, they only shoot the church from 2 or 3 shots until like the ending. So you don't really get a feel for the space because I think they were on such a rush time and they have such a great DOP. They figured that they can crush everything into one shot. But that means I don't get a feel for where we are.
Right. I think it's the same issue we faced when we were shooting my 3rd year short film. We were on such a time crunch that we were we have to get this into one frame.
Yeah, we can't do 3 shots. We've got to compress them into one.
We can't break the crane out. We can't get crazy here. You got to keep it on sticks and get it in one shot because there's so many elements.
And I think that's what makes Halloween so great because they had the
because it's so simple. They're not pulling out.
Yeah, but they were shooting it on the Steadicam, but they didn't really use the Steadicam that much this time because they're in such smaller locations and more static. They only use the Steadicam, I want to say like 4 times. They use it on the dock. They use it with, what is her name? Janet Leigh a couple times.
Yes.
And then I think that's really it.
There were a couple times where the camera got a little lopsided.
Lopsided.
It's fun. It's fun.
But Halloween uses it like every other shot.
First movie Dean Cundey used the Steadicam on Halloween.
Because the Steadicam was so new at that time.
Very new. Yeah.
This was like
might have been the first or second movie to use.
Well, the Steadicam was like a rip-off of another device, I believe. I forget. It was like a secondary, like a different manufacturer made it compared to the originators of it. I think it has a different name or whatever, but it was one of the first to use it because John Carpenter knew someone who had it. Because like The Shining uses it.
Shining, that comes after.
Does it?
Though, yeah.
Yeah. It is one of the first.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Which is bizarre because it is a movie that was made for like, I think it was made for $500,000.
Yeah.
And it's like, how would a movie like that be able to get this?
I mean, The Fog, it's like, the budget's still relatively small too. It's 1.1 million.
1.1.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just still tiny. Given
well, that was in the 80s and that's American dollars, freedom units. But still, that's minuscule for this, especially with how many reshoots they had and the cast.
Well, speaking of the runtime, though, it's very tight. Very, very
90
tight.
minutes. I think I have a list of movies called just 90-minute
90-minute bangers.
Yeah, 90-minute bangers, and this is flat 90, and it's perfect for that. If you need a movie to just fill the hours, this is it. This is it, baby. Turn your brain off, you know, get a beer, watch this.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
It's a great turn your brain off movie.
But you need it on a big screen.
Oh yeah.
Don't watch it on your laptop.
Like what I did this morning.
I mean, like you can.
You can.
Totally,
No.
and I have done it.
Yeah.
But
Of course,
watching this on a big TV with a beer at night.
You got to watch it at night. It's
such
brilliant at night.
It's such a great movie to watch alone at night with a big TV and a couple brewskis.
Yeah.
And maybe like a box of fucking chips.
Yeah. That lighthouse location though.
It's so good.
So cool. Like she's got to access it through a gate and walk down like a stairway through the hill.
I had a question. It's called KAB.
What does that stand for?
That's the question I was going to ask. I don't think they even say it at all.
They don't. No, they don't. Because her name's Stevie Wayne, so it's nothing to do with her name.
No. And it's Antonio Bay. So maybe the A in KAB is Antonio. KAB, so Antonio Bay. So it's coast. What's the K mean?
It's silent.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, surely someone's looked into it.
Rio meeting.
But the lighthouse location is actually, the interior is a set that they
Doesn't
built.
look like it. Well, one thing I wondered is that who the fuck's listening to this radio station?
Well, the horny sailors.
They are playing.
My God.
Like, they are playing elevator jazz music. Like, this is the jazz music that they were complaining about in La La Land, you know?
Well, man, you saw those horny sailors. They were tuning in. I'd like to meet her. Oh, you would. It's
sorry, at the grocery store. Yeah. That's a thing. I don't know, a little detail in the first kills with the sailors. The body falls down, and the light. Did you notice that the light literally fades from his eyes?
No.
Yeah,
no,
if you
I didn't.
look back, so there's the light on his eyes that fade, but then there's the eye light that literally fades away.
I did not notice that.
As oh my God, brilliant.
That's great.
Yeah. That's the little
Dean Cundey
things
touches.
that Dean Cundey and Carpenter love.
It's the boy who did your big dinosaur movie. Rar.
Do we want to get into that then?
Just talk about Dean Cundey.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Dean Cundey is a big parabola of a guy. He started with Carpenter, right?
Yeah, well,
do you want to go through it?
Yeah, so, should I just address, first of all...
The Witch That Came from the Sea.
Yeah, so he's born in 1946.
That was a good movie.
Famous for collaborating with John Carpenter, Spielberg, Zemeckis.
Big Zemeckis.
Yep. So, yeah, he's done Your Childhood, Jurassic Park, Halloween, Back to the Future, and The Thing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton others on there that I didn't even write down. He is well known for his expertise in lighting and bringing to life complex visual effects shots, and was an early adopter of the Steadicam system on Carpenter's Halloween. Often DOPs need to innovate, utilizing the best techniques to bring a director's vision to life, and Cundey, being the master of his craft, was able to pull off the biggest films of our childhood. He is very clever at utilizing the entire anamorphic frame. He shot a lot of anamorphic films. To most filmmakers, the frame can feel empty, but he's great at utilizing the location to fill it in the frame. He's
so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he gets into his Zemeckis era, it just fucking falls out. His original Zemeckis stuff, Roger Rabbit.
I was gonna say, is he really falling out with
that stuff? Is incredible, but I think that was his downfall. He did Hook and Jurassic Park with Spielberg, and he just proved that he could do it. And then you think he really just got hired for VFX.
Does he need to do anything else though?
He did the Garfield movie, James. He went from,
but at that point,
he went from Apollo 13 in 1995 to Garfield in 2004.
To be fair, though, we don't know what he could be tutoring. He could be doing something.
He did
actually
Jack
enjoys.
and Jill.
Maybe he doesn't want to do cinematography
He did
anymore.
Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster.
He also did Camp Rock.
He did Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. Like, oh my god.
He did the Flintstones.
He did Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster.
He did Flubber.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. It's so sad. It's so sad that he went from such high highs, you know, to doing Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then in less than from less than 10 years from Apollo 13, he went to doing the Garfield movie, which is not a good movie. Not a good looking movie.
It's not.
I would forgive it if I watched Garfield the movie and there was beautiful anamorphics and great Steadicam shots. That movie doesn't look good.
No, you are right. I cannot argue that. It's not great. I mean, look, a lot of these are clearly just paycheck movies. He's not putting in his all on Garfield the movie. He's just not. These are clearly just paycheck movies. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything else.
No.
He did a movie in 2020. I think he might be. Is he retired?
He might be retired. Hey, look, I'm sure he's having a great life. I mean, man has done Jurassic Park. You don't need anything else on your CV if you've done Jurassic Park.
Okay, question. Would you give up his cinematography for Back to the Future, Roger Rabbit, Jurassic Park, and Apollo 13 for more Carpenters?
No, I don't think so.
But remember, if you give that up, then he's going to be a Carpenter guy forever. He'd be doing Carpenters until fucking Ghost of Mars.
I don't want him to keep doing Carpenter. Like, he clearly works great with Carpenter, but I think
Yeah, maybe you're right, because Carpenter, he does fine.
He does fine.
The Carpenter films afterwards, I think, were taken over by I think it was the first AC, turned into the DOP.
Yeah.
Let me check what his name was. I think it was Chris. Was it Christine that he started?
Well, he did Halloween 3. I'm happy. I'm happy. That is actually a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything. Like, sure, his rest of his film career is
he
pretty
moved
rough,
to Gary B. Kibe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. But yeah, the later Carpenters look just as good.
Exactly.
Probably a bit. Yeah. They would look better. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, sure, he's Cundey's certainly he's not shooting on IMAX. He's not he's not Hoytma with a 50-pound IMAX camera on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But he's got quite an impressive lineup of movies there.
Yeah,
I would be happy.
Most people would be happy with that.
Yeah. The Fog shot on 35mm and anamorphic. 235-1.
Didn't shoot that on digital?
No.
What?
Sorry.
I thought they shoot that on the red one. He was ahead of the game.
They did not shoot it on a red digital. They shot it on a Panaflex camera with C-series lenses. I know that means a lot to you.
I don't know. Every single time I look at what movies before 2008 was shot on, and it's like, oh wow, it was a Panaflex? No way.
Panavision?
No way. Panavision? They shot this on Panavision? You're crazy. You're a crazy guy.
Crazy kid. Used you'll see throughout the movie he got pretty trigger happy with his dimmer, dimming those lights up and down in the fog. It's fun.
Yeah.
He had a lot of listening to him speak on this. He had a lot of fun and a lot of stress lighting this.
I
film.
think you would. This is your thing. You would love to light this movie.
Man, they had. I'll get into this later, but they had huge fogging machines.
What? It wasn't real?
No. I'm sorry. No.
Oh my god, they didn't hire the
Rhys,
the real Fog from Antonio
Rhys
Bay.
Strang, easy to be fooled.
Hey, I love the movies. You got to keep there's a reason I've watched 3,000 movies and going, like, you got to keep that magic alive.
If you made this, Rhys, you would just add your Action Essentials 2-pack and overlay the fog effect with screen
I'd use
mode.
the Alien Covenant LUT.
I think we would add the blues just a touch more.
Yeah, add the Joker LUT to it. That's fine. Bump up the contrast. No, well, really, it's the middle of this movie. It's a real dip. Like, honestly, watching this for the 5th time, I still don't know how they get into the church. I remember they have,
because they're all driving towards the church. Well, what
are they like? So this is what I remember. I've watched this 5 times, and this is what I remember. So, Adrian Barbeau's son, just this fucking kid who's
mommy,
the most random,
what I found.
the most random kid you've ever seen in a movie. And she's asking someone. The fog is surrounding the house, and Tom Atkins comes to help. And from that moment, I think I hit my head and had a concussion, because I don't remember anything from that moment till when he hands over the gold cross. Nothing, like absolutely nothing happens. Can you tell me anything that happens from that moment till him pulling out the golden cross?
All I recall about them actually getting to the church is Janet Leigh and her. She's essentially the mayor, right? Janet.
No, she's like an assistant to the mayor, because the mayor speaks at the.
Is she the?
She's like the chairwoman. Of
okay,
the,
she's
the committee.
Yeah, she's like the chairwoman, and she's with her little assistant, and they're driving around, and they're getting cornered by the fog, and they somehow I don't know how they actually.
I trust you that happened, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I've watched this 5 times.
To be honest, I looked away for a minute, looked back, and they were in the church.
That's the thing, is that it's such a rushed ending.
Yeah.
Like, they find the crucifix. They're. It feels like they're speed running, like a video game speed run, where they're just like skipping through the book, and they're like, okay, find the gold here. And they just fucking find the gold cross. Why didn't they find the gold cross before? Like,
who knows?
They're moments away from dying, and they're reading this book like it's a fucking map. And they're like, okay, so the gold medal's here. They break some fucking brick, and I don't know. I don't know what happens. And it doesn't really matter. But it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And you can feel that John Carpenter was 4 beers in, and it was like 1 a.m. and he had to shoot the ending at 5. And he's like, I don't fucking know. They find in the walls.
Ad lib. I don't know. Yeah.
But it is stupid, because the inciting incident of the of the priest is that the rock falls out and he finds the book. So the rock that fell out because of the fog, right? Because of the influence of the fog and what's the main fog monster's name?
Captain Blake.
Blake?
Yeah,
like
Blake.
Blake's influence made that rock fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You couldn't do it like a day before. Why'd you do? I don't know. The boat too. We don't see the boat again. Like, we see the boat for one shot on the seagrass, I think it was called.
Yeah, seagrass.
And we never see it again.
Luckily, in the remake, we see plenty of the seagrass.
We're not talking about that blasphemy, James. I was considering watching it, but then I remembered I had free will.
You enacted that free will.
It is very limited. In my journey of watching movies, there is limited times where I can use my free will, and that was one of the times.
On that note, though, let's talk about the cast. So we have Adrienne Barbeau. She plays Stevie Wayne.
Ahoy, mateys!
So seductive.
I'd like to meet her in a grocery store.
There's no fog bank out there. There's a fog
bank out there.
Crazy, there's no fog bank out there. What do you know about her?
She owns that lighthouse.
I know that.
Her son plays Little League with my kid brother.
She's a mother?
I thought you were happily married.
Not that happy.
Fog bank out there. Hey, there's a fog bank out there.
She's getting harassed by the weatherman. Absolutely.
Cool sexual harassment on this guy.
That guy.
Dan?
Yeah, Dan, who was the sheriff in Halloween.
Yeah. He's calling her up every 10 minutes to
being a cunt. He's been such a little weasel.
Hey, darling, how about I pick you up and I'll take you out to the dance tonight?
I did love it's near his death scene, and she's talking to him, and he's like, well, I thought, you never have time to talk during shows, which implies that he's tried to talk to her so much that she's like, oh, well, I can't, and she's using an excuse to not get him to talk, which probably the best bit of writing in the whole movie. It just implies so much that he calls every night, and the guy that works there, calls her his girlfriend, implying so much that this guy calls every fucking day. Gross. Yeah. Just gross. But in a fun way.
It's the 80s, 70s, yeah.
But like he's portrayed as like a
sleazebag, yeah.
Not super sleazy, but like he's just a bit of a pest.
Yeah.
He's not hurting anyone, but he's just been a bit of a dick.
Yeah. She has a son. Yeah.
He's whatever. He finds a fucking gold coin that turns into a piece of...
Man, that match cut. It
was alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now, so the blank check episode of The Fog is pretty legendary because they had Nia DaCosta on it, right? One of my favorite directors.
Okay.
And now you wouldn't know that, James, because you hate women. Especially women artists, and especially black female artists. Fuck, man, every time you're like, oh,
it's the woke media.
It's the woke
media. That's why I don't listen to Blank Check anymore.
Blank Check, one of my favorites. But Nia DaCosta, I've been on the side of Nia DaCosta since Candyman.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan.
That's why we're never going to cover Candyman.
Oh my god. But she did not like this movie, and she gave. And when I heard that, I was like, "What? Nia DaCosta is one of my favorites, and she hates The Fog. What's going on here?" And then I watched it again. I'm like, "Yeah, she's right. She's right. It's not that great. It's like every time I watch this, I want to give it a higher score, but every time I'm like." It's just not a good script. Like, nothing fucking happens.
Yeah.
There's 70 characters played by great actors, shot beautifully, really spooky stuff, but there's nothing
the
fucking
story's
here.
all over the place. I get it. Yeah.
It is.
I can understand it.
So, yeah, Nia DaCosta, never wrong.
She didn't like this movie?
Well, you go beat her up. You go beat her up, James. I'm sure you James Hewitt, could beat up Nia DaCosta. Now, do you want
to stick them up? Okay. Enough to Costa talk.
Well, Janet Leigh. So, I think I said that Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis, who are mother-daughter, they don't interact in this movie, but they do at the end. But I just forgot because the ending, I had that concussion. Remember? But it is so weird because the scene where I thought may have been the one where they interact is the scene in the bar, right? But I'm incorrect because they start on Janet Leigh, Tom Atkins, and Janet Leigh's assistant, and they're chatting, and they have a whole 4-minute exchange, really good exchange. And Janet Leigh's like crying and everything, and John Carpenter in the commentary makes a statement about like she had to do that like 7 times on cue. She had to cry, and she did perfectly because she's an old classic.
It's an old training, yeah.
And after that, they pan back, push back, or they pan pan back?
Track back.
They track back and reveal Jamie Lee Curtis. So in this scene, probably technically the first scene they're in together, Jamie Lee Curtis is just waiting in the corner.
I didn't even notice.
For like 4 minutes. And Tom Atkins, as soon as Janet Leigh leaves, walks in and sits down next to her. I'm guessing because they don't want to because I don't think Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis interact. They share the screen together.
But they don't exchange.
They don't exchange a word.
No,
I don't
no.
think they exchange a look. And I don't know why. Because that's an easy give me. Because they do that in Halloween H2O. They had the little sting.
Yeah.
Where this time Janet Leigh is the assistant to Jamie Lee Curtis. They have a little a scare, make a reference to Halloween. She walks off, jumps in the Psycho car. For people who don't know, Janet Leigh is the star of Psycho. She gets in the Psycho car. They play a little bit of the score from
Psycho.
But they don't do that.
It would seem like an obvious
give me.
Yeah.
Especially because
that's
why she was hired, right? Janet Leigh.
Yeah, well, Janet Leigh said she reached out to Carpenter and asked to be in one of his movies. And that's why she ended up in it.
She's great. I think she's the best part of this movie.
She's fantastic. Yeah, so she plays Kathy Williams. Jamie Lee Curtis plays Elizabeth, who's a hitchhiker trying to escape from her wealthy family.
A fun interaction.
Yeah, she runs into Tom Atkins, who plays a character called Nick Castle. Which is fun.
Well, yeah. I think it shows how good of a writer John Carpenter is. Probably his most famous characters are all just his friends' names that he just... It's not even that he like mixed them around.
No.
He just took their names. And they're people that worked on the movie.
I do love, though, all his movies feel like a family affair.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom Atkins comes back. It's all...
I think all of these main characters he works with again, except for Janet Leigh, I think. Justice he works with Janet Leigh. But Adrian Barbeau, Tom Atkins, Jamie Lee, and Hal Holbrook. I think he works with multiple. Not Hal Holbrook, I don't think. No.
Well, Hal Holbrook, he plays Father Malone. I think he's the only character who's connected by blood to the founders of the town.
Well, we don't know, James. The babysitter might be. Tom Atkins, I guess, maybe.
But anyway, there's this shot I love when he jumps out at Janet Leigh.
Yes.
And there's this great
good.
behind the scenes story of them trying to shroud the background in darkness to hide Hal so he could leap out. And
to describe it to the people who haven't watched the film, it's sort of like a Foxy's jump scare in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. A reference I think you would get, right, James?
Oh yeah.
I'll look up Foxy's
please
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 jump scare, because it is exactly what he does in that.
Okay, that's great.
Anyway,
you're a funny guy, Rhys. So Carpenter was a fan of his strong female characters, which he took from Howard Hawks. So a lot of so there's a character archetype popularized by the director Howard Hawks called Hawksian woman, and they're famous for their quick-witted, tough-talking woman. In a lot of his early films. So he's a big fan of that, which you can see elements of that in Adrian Barbeau. So yeah, that was it's an element that crosses over into a lot of his work. I don't think I mentioned at the start of the movie who plays the campfire. I realized I never had him in here.
He doesn't appear in the rest of the movie.
No. Oh, John Houseman. John Houseman plays Mr. Machin, who's reading the campfire story at the start of the film.
11:55, almost midnight.
Enough time for one more story.
I'm not familiar with anything he's done.
I've watched a bunch of this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't remember him in it.
No. So it's quite funny watching some of the outtakes because he's reading a line and he breaks character. He's like, oh, fuck. It's good fun.
James, you can swear. This is our show. We don't have Pepsi sponsoring us yet. We can swear to our extent. Do it, James. Swear. Do it.
Dang.
You fucking chump. You piece of fuck.
Gotta keep it PG for the kids.
Fuck the kids. Well, yeah, there's honestly, it's a big cast, as in there's big key characters and no one else.
Yeah.
I think outside of the main, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the 7 key characters, there's no one else. No one else actually interacts with anyone.
Well, the babysitter.
Mrs. Holbrook.
she interacts with the son. No. It is do we?
That kid's annoying.
He is so annoying. Do we ever see the statue?
Who cares? I don't fucking care, James. We gotta get a special director's cut.
Let's talk a bit about the
Fog?
The origin of ghost stories. Be ready to be scared. So, ghosts, demons, and evil spirits who return to the place of death have been stories told since ancient times. Many of whom appear in these stories have suffered mysterious, early, or violent deaths. Through literature, these have become more accessible, entering into poems, plays, novels. Early writers, of course, who explored themes of the macabre were Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, Mary Shelley, just to name a few.
Yeah, or people that John Carpenter has sort of worked with, because there's an Edgar Allan Poe quote at the start.
Yeah, that was Deborah Hill's.
Notes.
That was her notes.
Don't know if it's needed. Does it really impact the rest of the movie?
No, it has. It has no impact on.
I just noticed you have a coaster, but I don't. I've just been staining your table for this whole thing.
How could
That's
you?
so much of a bad boy I am. Just don't even fucking need coasters. Take that, Edgar Allan Poe, you cousin dating punk.
For centuries, sailors have shared stories of sea creatures, ghosts, and legends. Tales of the Flying Dutchman led to sailors reporting sightings of ghostly silhouettes of the Flying Dutchman glowing on the horizon. There are no stories that the fog is necessarily based on,
Which
although
is crazy,
well,
because it feels like it.
Well, let me get to that.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Although there are themes of revenge that appear in a lot of ghost media, so. This is where it gets a little muddled. So the Carpenter heard this story I'm about to tell and he misinterprets it. So the core plot of the film is inspired by the shipwreck off the coast of California in September 1857. The SS Central America sank after battling through a hurricane for many days. On board, there were a load of gold bars and coins from the California gold rush. For many years after the sinking, ships and divers would go missing after trying to retrieve this. And in the 1980s, after the film came out, there was a scandal where a big corporation had hired a diver to go down and retrieve the gold. He retrieved the gold and kept it, and then there was a big court battle. So Carpenter, he interprets it as a story more closer to what the fog is based on. So there was a campfire that lured the ship to the shore and they crashed onto some rocks. There is no story that actually is accurate to what he was telling of. But this is the actual story. Of course, there's also similar ghost stories, vengeance and atmosphere, and in literature. For example, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, 1820, written by Washington Irving, that shares similar ideas and visuals. The protagonist, Ichabod Crane, is chased by a ghostly, by a ghostly headless horseman and is never seen in Sleepy Hollow again. And of course, throughout, horror media, we have ghosts and ghouls, Candyman, Ringu, The Shining.
Well, Ghost Story.
Yeah.
Which our John Houseman was in, which was, I think, pretty butchered for the John Irvin film. Have you watched Ghost Story?
I have not watched Ghost Story.
That's a good one, but it got butchered a bit to appeal because it's based off a classic book. It got butchered a bit for modern audiences. It stars the lead actor of Body Double. But yeah.
Have you watched Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah. Well, I've watched both the Walt Disney short film and the Tim Burton. I really need to watch the Tim Burton again.
I haven't watched it.
That one was pretty interesting. I love the idea of Sleepy Hollow. I would love I don't even know what I would want.
More faithful?
No, not faithful.
Because it's not a complex story, is it?
Story.
Yeah.
I think just a less stylized version, a more fairy tale version. Because the Tim Burton is so garish, and it's that middle period, 2000s Tim Burton. I think it's just before. It's right around. What's the musical?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
I think it's just around Sweeney Todd. So it's that late period where it's super stylized, but it's not hideous CGI of Alice in Wonderland yet.
Right.
So it's super garish.
It's around that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory era, right?
Yeah. So it's super garish. It's pretty decent, but I would like a more simple version.
Yeah.
That's a bit more of a Carpenter version, honestly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But that's still a good one.
Yeah. It's
and the Disney one is weird because it's just a regular fun little animation for 30 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes is the actual Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. I read through the short story. It's fine. It's like it's fine. It's fine. It's
Well, I like the idea of it. Well, that's the great thing about those sort of stories, and even our modern slashers, is that probably the best way of actually digesting them is at a campfire and between friends on like a little camp trip, right? Because the scariest version of Friday the 13th that you're ever going to see or experience is a friend when you're 10 at a sleepover or a camp trip, a school camp trip, in the middle of the night telling you about a Friday the 13th movie. Nothing is going to be scarier than that. But then actually watching Friday the 13th, they're just fucking shitty, little trashy
it's the
thrills.
It's the legends, it's the tales you hear of people watching these movies.
And it's in the corner of your eye, seeing the covers of Friday the 13th and seeing, screenshots of Jason on the web or in books, that's the scariest version of these stories. But actually watching Sleepy Hollow, it's like, oh, yeah, it's cool. But the idea of Sleepy Hollow in your mind that you were told when you were like 12 through these little things here and there are way scarier.
It reminds me in primary school we had we had this little group. We'd call it I don't know what we called it. Something lame like the Scary Story Club. And we used to go into the bushes. We had this big pine tree. We'd huddle around it, and I would me and my sister's friend, we would tell stories that we would say were the scariest stories.
Like
And-
scary stories to tell in the dark. Sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah, like they would have stupid names like the woman in the
woman in the
mirror.
closet.
Yeah, the
hook-handed man.
The clown's hand or something stupid.
The blind thief.
And,
yeah.
I love the black box, the little black box.
Yeah.
It's some of my favorite stories to search on the
Goblin Cove.
web and be like, yeah.
I think everyone has those. Yeah. I think if you're a real horror fan, not to classify people as horror fans and not horror fans, but I think a lot of horror fans have a scary story that was told to them as kids that just like hooks onto their brain.
Yeah.
For me, it was my siblings told it to me. It was a story about a kid who was asked to go get liver for dinner, and he was running out of time, and he wanted to pocket the money, like the 2 pence it was going to cost him to get the liver from the butcher shop. So he goes over to the graveyard and digs up his grandfather and takes his liver. And then the next night, and every night, therefore, he hears his grandfather talking to him.
Yep.
And getting closer and closer and closer.
You know what? Yep. That's...
There's different variations of that, but yeah, at the end, the mum goes up and finds the boy dead and his liver gone. I think that's a very classic story, but I think everyone has one of those that just sticks in your mind.
One of my favorite stories was the what is it, the keyhole, and this guy staying at a hotel, and he goes to the reception, and they give him the key next door to this room, and the receptionist goes, don't whatsoever look through the keyhole of the room next door, room number 30 or whatever it was, and the guy does look through the keyhole, and he's back at the receptionist. He goes, well, I don't know what you're so worried about. It's just a red void. And then later on, he's in his room, and he's curious again, so he looks through the keyhole, and there's this that girl, and this just sitting in the middle of the room with red eyes. And then it's revealed that the girl's been staring back at him each time he's been curious and been looking through the keyhole. And it one always stuck with me. I love that little story.
Yeah. Those are the best.
It's those little.
Those ones that just hook in your mind.
When you're like 6 years old, 7 years old, those,
And I think The Fog is that.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example of that. And same with, I think Carpenter is so good at that.
Yeah.
Those stories that don't make sense.
Yeah.
But when you abstract them, like if you watch it on a shitty VHS or you hear it from a friend, they become much more like The Thing, Halloween, They Live, The Fog, Christine, Prince of Darkness, In the Mouth of Man. Those movies, if they were to be described to you, or you saw them like your parents watching them before, they usher you to bed, that stuff like sticks in your brain, and they're really scary.
Yeah.
When you actually watch them, you're like, it's a fucking fog, man. Just
not that deep.
Get the fuck out of here. This guy with worms in his face. Whatever.
I don't think we've actually we've kind of talked around it, but we've never actually said exactly what the
titular fog?
the titular fog is. So a century ago, the town's founding fathers lured a ship, the Elizabeth Dane, onto the rocks with a false fire to steal the gold and conceal a leper colony, killing everyone on board. As the town prepares to celebrate its 100th anniversary, the dead return shrouded in a mysterious glowing fog that carries them to land. And then they kill everyone. Well, kill a few people.
And then, it's like only from the witching hour to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
They can attack you, and the fog rolls in, and it's really good. It's a really good idea. Really spooky. There's the shot where it comes for Tom Atkins, and just after he's had sex with Jamie Lee Curtis, who they just met like 2 seconds ago.
Well, in the car, he's like a great, weird, and unlucky Jamie Lee Curtis
she's like,
response back.
Maybe not all unlucky.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really catch till this time, but which is fun.
It's fun.
I thought it was really fun, especially because of Halloween. How the idea of 6 kills.
Yeah.
In that movie. In this movie, it's like, yeah, they fucking, who cares? They're adults. Who cares?
Who cares?
Because this is much more about adults than the teenagers of Halloween.
Of course, yeah.
But after they've had sex and they're just laying and they're looking about the art book Jamie Lee Curtis has done, they get a knock on the door, and it's just this really spooky silhouette of Blake,
the gaffer.
Yeah, probably the gaffer.
You see him walk through the fog out of the frame, and it's like, boop, boop.
We've been in those roles,
yeah.
Silhouette man.
Yeah.
It's really spooky.
It's spooky, man.
Really
he's
spooky.
like tapping on the window with the
hook
with the
hand.
hook. Yeah,
it's so good, so good.
Yeah. I love the editing around that scene. It's very like
the
very
clock
tense.
breaking.
Yeah.
It's chilling stuff.
It's chilling. Yeah. It's dreadful.
Yeah. God, it's such a good but such a bad movie.
Yeah.
Which is like the perfect B movie.
On that note, though, let's talk about the production and its struggles. So, producing and distributing this movie, we have Avco Embassy Pictures, and they are known for films, The Graduate, The Producers, The Howling, Prom Night. Essentially, what happened is they started off producing star-driven films like The Graduate, for example, and they went into bankruptcy. Then they came back and started distributing horror films because there was a gap in the market for that for them. Budget of $1.1 million compared to Halloween's $300,000 budget.
Yeah, 300.
Yeah. Right. I don't recall if that's adjusted for inflation. I could be wrong. Inspiration, Carpenter cites a few things here. So he cites the 1958 film The Crawling Eyes as inspiration.
And what does it crave? This creeping horror that hungers and thrives on human flesh while it inhabits its own silent world that no man can penetrate.
As well as a trip to Stonehenge with Deborah Hill. Whilst visiting Stonehenge, they saw a fog bank pulsating in the distance, and John commented to Deborah, "What do you think is in that?" He also cites the EC comic book series, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rotten corpses and the ghosts coming up from the dead to seek revenge. And then some scenes are, one scene in particular is just a rip out of X the Unknown, 1956. It's one scene when they're trying to get away from they've just rescued the little boy, and they're in the car and they're trying to escape from the crew closing in on them. And that scene's just a rip from X the Unknown. It was, of course, Deborah Hill's idea to add the quote. The beginning scene was shot on a soundstage. That they just blacked out the
which you can
you can tell.
But it's great. It's great.
It's good. It's good fun. Yeah, it's great. It's great. So the rough cut of The Fog underwhelmed everyone, particularly Carpenter himself. He said it sucked. It was terrible. This was the first time Carpenter as a filmmaker had to face a film not turning out well. But of course, he didn't give up. He went back and made some adjustments. One of the editors, Tommy Lee Wallace, said, "I didn't have a great feeling about it. I thought we had done okay. John had put some nice music to it, but it was still eh." The Avco Embassy team also didn't like it, and they ended up reshooting many scenes. Fishing boat stabbing scene, that was a reshoot. Poltergeist phenomenon opening bits, those were reshoots. The guy standing up in the morgue, that was a reshoot.
Yeah.
The insert shots were reshoots. Half the film was a reshoot. But, the great thing about this movie is that it was just a big learning experience for everyone involved. And, you can tell. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do they call it? The sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Which is after a huge success. A lot of people stumble in that second section, trying to recreate that the energy that they came through with the first. And so it seems that the original cut they had was wasn't good. And was Carpenter trying to do the same. But luckily he got the chance to redo it and make it better.
I think he's also lucky because this film wasn't received particularly well, but he got another shot to make another movie.
Well, I'm guessing because it did really well with
financially, it
horror,
did well.
Horror nerds, yeah. I was surprised that this wasn't a De Laurentiis produced film.
No,
Dino De Laurentiis, who helped out with, who did Halloween 2.
He helped out on King Kong 76.
Yeah, who was a huge guy in the B-movie trade. But I'm surprised because they probably would have been working on Halloween 2 near the end, I guess.
Yeah. I'm yet to come across his name in anything I've looked into yet. I know coming up will be...
Yeah, these films were made so quickly that there was very little overlap between The Fog and Halloween 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised that De Laurentiis wasn't involved.
Well, I think Carpenter's famous for saying he sat down one night with a pack of 6 beers and typed out a
Halloween 2.
Yeah, Halloween 2, and that's history.
You can fucking tell.
Oh yeah,
that movie. It's a snooze fest.
Let's talk about the makeup and effects. As most filmmakers know, fog can be one of the most irritating elements to incorporate into a scene,
but also one of the greatest. One of our films, short films, is basically 90% fog, and if it wasn't for that fog, it would look like shit.
Yeah. And shooting outdoors, it can be absolute hell because the wind just takes it and blows it everywhere.
Yeah, when you're filming and you're like, okay, so we will bring the fog machine, easy enough, and you spray it around, and then, you wait for a second to let it settle. I was always afraid because I knew as soon as you'd be like, okay, sweet, the fog's all settled and ready, I'm like, as soon as we say action, it looks great, but as soon as we start, it's going to fade.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So if you look at a lot of shittier movies, and especially like student movies that have fog in it, the fog will be great and then get worse throughout the shots.
Yeah.
Like if it's a long shot, the fog's going to be great as soon as they roll, and then at the end, there's like no fog.
It's
because it's so fucking hard.
You can't help it.
It's so hard. You have to have the wind. You have to get that's the thing, you have to get the fog there. No one really thinks about, I have to get the fog there. You think, okay, we're going to have some fog in the scene. But how are you going to get the fog there? Because if, say, you're shooting just like we did a lot of running shots, if you're in the woods and, it's a slasher and you want some fog in there, you're going to have to have people running. You're going to have tracking, a whip pan, or you're going to have to be moving with the actor. That fog can't just be where you start. It has to be where it ends.
It needs to be consistent.
In between.
Yeah.
But to do that is really hard if you have just one person with a fog machine, because they need to run back and forth and put that fog in, and it needs to be it's impossible. I don't understand how you do it without 50 people and a huge fog machine.
There's a lot of behind the scenes of crew just waving flags around trying to disperse it, and some of the shots were actually done in reverse. So
no shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but the fog was the most crucial element, of course.
But it looks great.
It does.
It's so beautiful.
It does look great, and a lot of the shots were done by A&A Special Effects, led by Richard Albane, who did a lot of the fog effects and camera effects, and he worked with Carpenter previously on Precinct 13.
Mm-hmm.
To pull off the wide shots of the fog rolling through the hills and down the streets, they needed to incorporate composited elements. First, they photographed their plates and then used a blacked out stage. On that stage, they blacked out the shapes and molds of the buildings, and then they backlit dry ice to replicate slow creeping fog, and then they composited that over the shots. So that's how they pulled that off. And I think it looks pretty convincing. I really like it.
Yeah. Did this release before or after Close Encounters?
This was
this was before, right?
Was it before?
When was Close Encounters? Was that 78?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. Close Encounters. This was 77.
Yeah, because that's probably another film where I remember a lot of. It's not technically fog because they use
dry ice. Yeah.
Well, for the shots where the spaceship comes into shot.
Oh yes.
They have I forget the technique, but it's just a big tank, and they put.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I also remember of like getting the compositing of those is so beautiful. It's hard because fog is really fucking hard to composite because it's not technically not there.
It's and at times very transparent.
Well,
it's
that's
how do
the
you
point of it.
Yeah.
It is a transparent. It's just like it's hard. It's impossible.
You have no digital playback. You better hope to God it's gonna work. Yeah. But no, I think look like very spooky, very atmospheric.
Yeah.
I like them. Makeup effects were done by Rob Boutine. Credits on King Kong 76, The Thing, Howling, RoboCop.
King Kong 76.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about Kong 76. He came on mid-production. For the shot of Blake's
maggot face.
Yeah.
Well, is that Blake? I thought that was a different one.
The maggot face.
Yeah, that's a different guy.
That's not where I was going with that one, but that was also Rob Boutine, of course. They had a name for that guy.
Is it just not maggot face?
Or something? It was like wormhead or something.
Yeah.
But for the shot of his glowing red eyes, they just used reflective tape. They use on stop signs, and also some other in camera lens trickery, which I am not qualified enough to describe. I tried. I was like, I don't understand this.
Well,
it's similar to what they did in like Lights Out, and
that would be the same. The technique of the red eyes.
Yeah,
so that's the same tech. I'm guessing from what you're describing, that's the same technique that they used on Blade Runner.
Yeah, similar.
Remember we tried to do that?
We tried something very similar.
It's really hard. So what it is in practice, if I'm correct here, it is a piece of two-way glass that you are pointing diagonal of the lens, and you're shooting a light into it that then bounces off into the eyes of the actor.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you're able to pass through the mirror while still getting the light to bounce onto their eyes, because you need to get a light into their eyes, but not into the camera itself.
Yeah.
And it seems, I watched a couple of videos and I was like, oh yeah,
seems easy enough.
Seems easy enough.
Yeah.
Fuck no. It is really hard. It is really goddamn hard. There's a lot of math about it. And if you have to get people moving, forget about it. I think I bought like a $60 piece of glass specifically for that.
I remember that. And
it didn't work. Yeah. It didn't work at all, and I wasted that $60.
Do you still have that glass?
No, fuck no. I think I chucked it in the bin. I had to call up a glass company and get a special piece of glass made. I got there and I was like, hey, I'm here for my $60 piece of glass. And they just gave it to me wrapped in like butcher's paper. And it wasn't like, a clean square. It was like it looked like they cut it with a butter knife. Little jagged edges. I'm so shocked that we didn't like cut ourselves with it.
I know. That was a failure.
That was a total failure.
So it was a mix of that and the reflective red tape. So that, I mean, hey, it looks great. Yeah,
a bit better than ours.
A bit better than how ours turned out. But no, I think David F. Sandberg used similar technique on Lights Out.
Of course he did, that motherfucker.
Yeah. See, if he just released that behind the scenes video before The Fog, they could have learned a thing or two from him.
David F. Sandberg, the greatest behind the scenes director. If only he was great on set.
We're yet to see Lights Out 2, Rhys. You don't know what he's capable of.
Lights Out 1 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Let's talk about the score. So the score implements a slow atmospheric drone, and that guy loves a synthesizer, accompanied by eerie piano melodies.
No way.
Built a real sense of dread and atmosphere.
Oh my god.
It's man.
This is what are you doing? This is crazy. You're lying to me, James. This was John Williams, right?
He's heavily influenced by the work of Bernard Herrmann.
No way.
Yeah.
You're lying, James. Bernard Herrmann? This guy?
Credits include Psycho, Vertigo, Taxi Driver, Day the Earth Stood Still, Sisters. That one's for you, Rhys.
Brian De Palma Sisters.
I included that one for you.
Two. I'm gonna start a running count
of Brian De Palma.
Brian De Palma references. I'm starting it right now. You can hear me typing. Brian De Palma references. That's 2. Score 2 for The Boys Back Home.
Bit of background. Began his career working on plays with Orson Welles before following him to the silver screen, composing for his films Citizen Kane and The Magnificent Ambersons. Herman's work with suspense film director Alfred Hitchcock in the 60s won him the widest recognition. Among Herman's most significant Hitchcock scores were those for Vertigo, North by Northwest, and obviously Psycho.
Yeah. And his score that he did for Brian De Palma
in Sisters,
in Obsession, which is a very kind of mid score. Because Brian De Palma was a huge Hitchcock fan. And which Obsession is just
he's a Hitchcock fan.
Which Obsession is just like a sleazier version of Vertigo, and they just called Bernard Herrmann, and he was a grumpy old man. He's like, fine, I'll fucking make you a goddamn score.
I think he was a lot of his he uses a lot of, I mean, I'm not a music guy, but he uses a lot of segments. He repeats the same.
Well, most scores back then did.
Fun, not fun. Herrmann died in 1975, just one day after completing the score for Scorsese's Taxi Driver.
Oh, I find that fun.
Only you.
I'm having a good time.
That one's for the sick-minded fucks.
This one's out to the sick fucks out there. Ahoy, sick fucks. There's a fog bank rolling in.
Ahoy, sick fucks.
This is KMB shouting out to the sick fucks out there.
Shouting out to Tokyo.
And now a walk in the Black Forest.
Let's talk about its reception. In addition to the $1.1 million production budget, Avco Embassy spent an estimated $3 million for print ad, TV spots, radio spots, and even had fog machines added to various theater lobbies where the fog was exhibited.
I can see that going very wrong. Then again, everyone was smoking back then. Yeah. Honestly, they probably could have just hired John Carpenter to sit in the back, gave him a pack of menthols, and he would have done the same effect.
Why don't they do that anymore, Rhys?
Well, we've done that. We've done just someone smoking in the background to give a foggy effect.
Lucy, we need your vape. Come on.
The easiest way to add like two cool points to a movie is just have someone smoking. So cool.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
Originally, the film was set for release during Christmas 1976.
What?
Yeah, but Avco...
Why the fuck would you do that? What's wrong with you?
They opted to wait until February 80 when there would be less major box office competition.
February?
Yeah.
What?
I know. And there was also more screens available at the theaters.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that in America? Is that October? Is that fall or is that still
I don't know.
winter?
It's got to be.
Because when does winter trends? When's the end of summer for us?
End of summer would be coming up now, wouldn't it? Or am I very?
No, that's like March, isn't it?
Is it? I don't
really
know
bad.
I don't know my seasons.
We have put all our skill points into horror movies. Actual real world.
Intellectually, I am inept at everything else. I'm about to learn something.
I think it is just summer for us. Yeah, so it's still winter for them. This feels like a fall movie, though, right?
Yeah.
When's fall for America?
Is that August?
No, because that's our winter.
American season,
September.
spring, March to May.
It's September for them.
Ah, I see.
Or is
okay.
that?
Yeah, fall is September to November.
Yeah.
Okay. Winter, December to February.
Yeah, this seems like a great fall movie, right?
Well, I think it could work both well in winter and fall. I don't necessarily think
I guess so.
Yeah, I think it could be good for both.
I don't know. It's just especially because everyone's out on the beach.
Yeah.
It's like if it was winter, like we, have lived in seaside places, and they get fucking cold in winter.
Yeah.
Fall seems like a good time for that. It's like cold enough where you can, you bundle up, but not cold enough where you're not. You can still go outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Made around 21 million at the box office, a financial success, but received poorly by critics.
Fuck you.
I have a couple of reviews here.
Goddamn, kill them.
Roger Ebert.
Wait a minute, I don't like this movie.
Actually, so Roger Ebert awarded this 2 out of 4 stars. Although he points out some issues, he actually gives Carpenter a mostly favorable review.
Because he was the reason that Halloween got a big release, right?
Ebert?
Ebert.
I'm not familiar there.
I'm pretty sure Roger Ebert was the person who gave Halloween a great review.
That seems about right.
That pushed it from its real minor, tiny horror film into a big nationwide sensation.
Let me read part of his review. I'm not reading the whole thing. So it's easy to see, though, why this project must have been appealing to Carpenter, a talented 31-year-old filmmaker who built a cult
he was
audience.
31.
Yep. Cult audience with the low-budget genre film Dark Star and Assault on Precinct 13, before breaking through to enormous ratings with the made-for-TV Elvis.
That was nowhere I thought it was going.
I knew it. I knew it.
Fuck's sake.
Carpenter's...
Fucking Elvis. God damn it. Man, fuck that guy.
Carpenter's Halloween was one of the major box office successes of '79. Variety calls it the most profitable independent film ever made.
Right, because it was out in 78, but then it continued to 79.
And it demonstrated his favorite approach. He likes films that manipulate audiences, films designed quite simply to cause emotions, and his favorite response is shock.
Damn, Roger calling him out. He's calling him
a
manipulator. Damn. Cancel this man. He manipulates people. What are we doing, man? We're advertising a man who manipulates us. He's toxic, James.
On a podcast where we talk about Nia DaCosta? No.
I can't have this. This guy is not up to the times. Cancel this man.
Vincent Canby from the New York Times writes, quote, Mr. Carpenter appears to forget what kind of movie he wants to make. The Fog, which opens today at Laos State No. 1 and other theaters, is neither a rewarding ghost story, nor is it science fiction, though it borrows heavily from both genres, end quote.
That's stupid. That is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
There is one thing you can give this movie, even if you don't like it, is that it knows exactly what it wants to do. And I think that's why it has bad writing, because Carpenter was like, who cares? That's not the point. The point is not the mythology or the backstory or any of that thrillingness. It's about the scares and the atmosphere, the stuff that you and I really like about this movie. And it is a ghost story through it and throughout.
Yeah, at its core, it's a ghost story, and I think they know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I don't at all agree with this review. Fuck you, Canby.
Whoa! What did he do to you, man?
he outed my boy.
Well, he's already cancelled.
Yeah.
From being a manipulator.
Don't but those are the end of my critics reviews I found. Can I just say it's hard to find a lot of reviews from the 80s and around early Hollywood, especially for horror. You've got to really dig for these.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Ebert, he started reviewing films in the when did he start? The 60s?
I'm not too sure about
because
you watched the documentary about Ebert, right?
Yeah. Fascinating man.
He's great. I love him.
His relationship with Siskel is
but you haven't seen his Beyond Valley of the Dolls, right?
I really want to watch it. Yeah,
fucking mental movie, especially for a guy who lambasted David Lynch.
Yeah,
and Blue Velvet.
I mean, famously, he has an interesting relationship with horror.
Yeah. But Ebert, I think, is probably the easiest person to find these reviews of.
Oh yeah.
Other writers don't get that treatment. I think it's Pauline Kael and Roger Ebert are the two big reviewers ever. Everyone else just kind of gets a lot of other reviewers just get put down to their paper, right? The New York Times writes, whatever the newspaper is, they'll say this,
or Variety.
Yeah, Variety says they. But if it's Roger Ebert, it's Roger Ebert says.
Even
with the Atlantic Times, stuff like that.
Well, even today, these reviewers that work under Roger Ebert. So
I hate that when a new movie comes out and they're like, Roger Ebert gives it 4 stars, brilliant, and you look at it and it's fucking Jim Bob. And you're like, who the fuck are you?
It's Tony from
Tony reviewed it 1 hour ago. What are you doing?
It's great.
I hate it. It's such a bullshit thing.
His wife still keeps his name alive.
No, that's not it. I hate that.
Okay.
Because it's simply done to fake people out, right?
Yeah.
There is no the movies that have Roger Ebert.com reviews on their posters or whatever are just trying to trick you.
Yeah.
They're not actually doing the poll quotes.
No. Do you have anything else you would like to mention before we move on to our segments? We've gone a lot more in depth than I expected for a man who's came in saying, James, I have 4 notes.
Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 notes.
Yeah.
And I think all the others have like 20.
Yeah.
I've got very little notes, not much.
I was going to speak a little more on its relationship with its commentary on the founding of America. I don't feel I'm qualified.
You?
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to,
Have you been to America?
No, not at all.
No, I don't think you should.
No.
I don't think I should either.
No, not at all. So we're not. We'll save that for our American reviewers.
Well, so right next to us for this whole thing, we've had my Blu-ray copy of The Fog, done by Studio Canal, which is probably one of the great DVD producers.
Yeah.
They put out new restorations of basically most of Carpenter's films. Probably if you want to buy a Carpenter film now, it will be the Studio Canal versions. They're so beautiful. These things are so gorgeous.
The cover is gorgeous.
Yeah, they're incredible.
And the DVD menus too
they're really fun.
Great.
They're really fun.
I went to go rewatch Babylon the other day. As soon as the loading screen came up, it was no music and it was just a blurry image with just play language. It's like it's so boring, guys. Come on, where's the fun?
It's so gutting to see those. You spend all your money on a new 4K, and you go in, and there's no inner sleeves. There's no little booklets. It is just the DVD. You put it in, and it just like the
It's a
shitty
shame,
default.
And it comes with some really great special features.
Yeah.
So some of my favorites are just is 2 special features of Carpenter just standing by a VHS television as he's just going, "Oh yes, I took this from Howard Hawks and this film, and
I'm gonna go through the movie. I'm gonna tell you what I ripped off.
Oh, yes, I remember that scene. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
I'm looking, James, at the Arrowvision 4K of In the Mouth of Madness, a 4K that I told you I was super excited about, and a 4K that every time I was in the mood to, or had the money to buy 4Ks, was always sold out. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's fully sold out. I don't think it'll ever come back.
It's a shame.
And I'm so sad.
It's gutting.
This is like my favorite Carpenter, and it's so beautiful. And I think I'm gonna have to pay out of the fucking butthole to get this goddamn 4K.
Well, since we're on the topic, 4K, would you?
Yeah.
Same.
Watching it, because I have a personal streamer from Plex, where I host.
Yeah.
So I don't need to carry around all my DVDs. I have a personal server, and I watched it on there first. And it was, kind of grainy, and it was alright, but then chucking in the Blu-ray, I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. It's so cute.
So good.
It's so cute. Definitely 4K. I think the DVD will be fine.
I watched it on a DVD, and for me,
fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But something about Carpenter, a Blu-ray is so good.
His films translate really well over to remasters,
especially because of the black levels.
Yeah.
Because he really uses the gamut of white to black, and really crunches it all down. So in his scenes, some of these scenes, it's like there's some bright reds and blues, and then they'll be just black.
Yeah.
You need to see those blacks and also those bright reds.
It's just a beautiful movie.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I wish I could see the goddamn Mountain of Madness.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen the 4K make its way over here yet, have we? To JB, because I
think so.
Have you seen it?
I don't know.
Because I've found it on Amazon.
Doesn't look like it.
No,
it doesn't look like it. Which is it's up to the whims of fate, really. What 4Ks? Because I have the 4K of They Live.
Yeah.
And I have the 4K of Escape from LA.
Rhys?
Because it was $12.
Yeah.
And I think JB also has the Escape from New York 4K. But yeah, The Fog and Prince of Darkness, I don't think they had the 4Ks of those. I don't know. I don't know.
But yet I can find a 4K 3D copy of It Came From Outer Space.
It's
crazy
weird.
world we live in.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
JB, they'll have 4Ks of Blue Beetle, but then they won't have a 4K of Sinners.
It's wild. It's an insult.
What's the 4Ks that we really wanted?
I really want Sinners. I want Weapons.
Weapons and Sinners. They only had like Steelbooks or something. I don't know.
But when it eventually makes its way here, I will be picking up a copy. Shall we move on to modern era remake?
Well, you have watched the remake.
Yeah, I have. Do not recommend.
I don't really know why. Why would you bother? Like, honestly, this movie,
they do too much. It's if you think of I Know What You Did Last Summer, it's just made like that movie. There's a lot of crossovers between the two. They actually reenact the whole ship sinking sequence. They reenact it so they cut back to it multiple times throughout the movie, and it's so boring. So boring. We don't need it.
Say no more, James. Say no more. But yeah,
enough said.
We don't need a remake of this.
No.
Because honestly, any remake of this would be worse than if you just did your own ghost story. If any director who would do a good job at making a Fog remake, it'd be better if they just did their own ghost story. Right?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to the Fog that is purely the Fog outside of the look. Which you could just take right now.
I mean, only directors I could think of that could maybe
like
step
Zach
in
Cregger?
here. Zach Cregger was, M. Night.
Oh my god, M. Night.
He would love the mystery element. He would
He'd
take
be great.
that.
I'd love to see his Fog.
Or even Robert Eggers. I could see something working there.
Robert Eggers. He would be the only guy I'd get simply because he wouldn't make the Fog. He'd make his own movie that is so gory and brutal. Though it probably would be set back in the day. It'd be set like 10 years after the accident or the murders, and not 100 years because he doesn't like modern movies.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of cinematographers who would step into Dean Cundey's shoes. I had the...
Well, we can just get Dean Cundey. He's not doing much.
I was actually thinking of the two guys, either the cinematographer who does It Follows, director.
Oh my god, I don't know. He's coming out with a new movie.
But Mike Giolakis, he did It Follows. He did Us with Jordan Peele as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll do all right. Or we take the cinematographer from The Mist, Ron Schmidt. I thought he could also work. He hasn't done much.
The Mist, well, The Mist doesn't look that good.
It's not that great, but he's...
Sure, they were hamstrung by the force to color, but it's not that great.
Watching it in black and white, though, I think it really... I think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll trust your opinion on that because you're more of a visual guy.
I think the fact that he's worked with the element of Fog already would lend itself.
It's the same thought process that got us the Mark Webb Spider-Man films. He's got Webb in the name. He's gonna be perfect. Got him on that Amazing Spider-Man. He's gonna he'll do a great job. He's born for this.
I say that because working with Fog, you gotta have some patience, man. You gotta have.
You're saying it like it's fucking children.
It's gonna piss you off.
Just like children.
Yeah.
And then you gotta whack it around a bit to get them in place.
Oh dear.
Oh jeez. So yeah, no remake.
No remake. No. We don't need a remake.
I don't think
we already got that. We know how that ended. Yeah. No.
So now we'll do the
6 Degrees of Kevin
Bacon. Yeah. So that was my next word. You cut me off. How dare you cut me off? 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I thought this was going to be a bit hard. Because I really wanted to use our favorite movie as the connecting point, and I didn't think it was going to be possible, but I found a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, James. I want you to guess the movie that it's a very simple 6 Degrees of Kim Bacon. There's literally one movie in between. Do you know what it is?
I'm guessing it's either a Men in Black film or it's Apollo 13.
No, it's our favorite movie, The Last Showgirl.
Sure.
The Last Showgirl.
Lay it on
from the Oscar-winning cinematographer. So, Jamie Lee Curtis from The Fog was in The Last Showgirl with her tatas out. Also starred Dave Bautista, who was probably the best part of that movie. Him and Jamie Lee Curtis are probably the best parts of The Last Showgirl. And Dave Bautista was in the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. with Kevin Bacon.
It's always that goddamn Christmas special.
God bless The Last Showgirl.
Thank God for the MCU here.
I gotta put a ban on some of these movies. I think the more I go on, the more I'll just ban certain movies.
Yeah. Especially the MCU Christmas special.
Yeah, I think I've used that twice now.
Like twice, yeah.
It's so easy.
It's not your fault, though.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
But I really wanted to use The Last Showgirl, and I thought it'd be really hard, but it's frankly too easy. But there we go. The Fog, Last Showgirl to Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
And that has been tonight's second feature, The Fog 1980. We will see you next week with our first segment
of The Silent Spectacular. Keep an ear out. Oh my God, James. Look behind you. Wait, no, don't. It's The Fog.